Damn, Ty, you made this bitch too? The fuck got into you?
I'm big step, I trip when I walk. I'm bringing pressure, they run when I walk. I kick the bitch out the G, told her walk. Yeah, I jump on these beats and I walk. Slide, keep on sliding, walk. Object, keep on down, walk. Spin round, walk. Step down, walk. Hellcat came with exhaust. You switch out on me, must be lost. KTB cold at the boss. Kitty paint, maybe it gloss. Your bitch in here, she getting toast.
Yes, sir. BlkPrint Radio. Are we working? Are we on? Are we live?
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, we are. We live. J5 here.
Josh P's in the building. You know what? It's funny. I'll pause a little bit because it's just in my head. What more can I say? The intro of that Jay-Z was just playing just now. I don't know why. Just in my head, that was just going real quick.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, man.
Are you not entertained? This is a special show.
Very special.
We've been doing this show for nearly a year, Josh. Almost a year. In about 4 months here. And it's the first time we've been able to have kind of all the powers connected at one time. MC is here, but he's not behind the boards. He's in front of the boards, in front of us. This time.
Yeah, I'm more so over to the side here, but definitely still visible, definitely still seen. It feels a whole lot different being able to do this live compared to staring at it through a computer.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we're in my makeshift studio, which is gonna get. I was telling MC it's gonna get changed around. So next time, Josh, even you come here, it's gonna be different again.
Yeah,
but
I'm liking the vibe though. It's funny. This is also the first episode I'm drinking wine while recording.
That's the way you feel.
I usually just smoke blunts while recording, but today I smoked a blunt on the way here because I was stressed.
What were you stressed about?
Oh my god, fantasy football killing me this week.
Oh my god! See, that's the thing. That's one thing I love about Josh. Like nothing stresses you except fantasy football.
Man, and I love football. Like I was telling my girl the other day, like Sundays are like so special to me now. Yeah. Like you don't understand. Like I'd be like on Saturday, like it's Sunday tomorrow, like amp. But oh man, Alvin Kamara, bro. Why you go all the way to London and don't play?
Wait, so the Rams are playing in...
The Rams play tomorrow. Okay. Monday. We're going to beat the 49ers.
But you're still wearing the jersey.
Yeah, I'll just,
It's a superstition
Sunday,
thing.
so I'll just get dressed.
Okay. Superstitious thing. Okay.
Yeah. I got another jersey to wear tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. MC, we're going to talk about your LA escapades.
Sure.
On Patreon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're all sitting here. My thing about like trying to create this office space is that it's been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
The L shape is kind of nice though.
I don't want it. It's out of here.
Is it the space? Because I feel like a lot of people are looking for L shapes right now.
Because L shapes are for like really kind of smaller type rooms because it fills up your room. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for just a straight desk with room for like us to do this in here. And I noticed I had made a mistake when I was trying to record here just regularly. And then when Josh came over here for Amp Radio on last week, and I was like, damn, this isn't gonna accommodate us for long. So I have to actually like move shit down. Like space is very much a big issue right now for me. Not like there's no space for myself and one other person, but if we were trying to do like the show here weekly, I want to make sure that it's comfortable for you guys. We got something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like something's going on here. So obviously I haven't even been in this new house for like a whole month yet. So bear with me, guys. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize.
I feel
don't
like,
mind the dust.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, seriously. I'm like, I don't even want to like set everything up yet because it's just not ready. I want to hang up my.
Bro. We got mad Gundams and shit behind me. This shit built. Man.
I gotta set up my skateboards and all this other shit. So, we'll be working on that as it comes. But Patreon, you'll be able to see the video of the makeshift. I don't have anything cool behind me. MC and Josh have all the cool shit behind them.
Yeah, you got.
I just got my monitor. And I'm sitting in front of the ring light. So again, you guys seeing it from like we getting out the mud.
Yeah,
today we getting it really out the mud. Like
we've been getting out the mud.
Yeah,
shout out to everybody that's on this ride because this shit's about to get real.
It's about to get
real. I don't even want to say
say
bumpy, but it's about to get crazy. I'm telling y'all, this shit about to go wild.
Well, someone texted me the other day, Josh, and was like, "It's about that time for the ain't shit funny list."
Oh yeah, it's coming. I've been thinking about it a little bit.
It was random because I was just like, why don't you just like DM you or just at you on Twitter and ask you. It was like, hey, could you ask Josh what's up on
no,
that list?
It's that time of year where people start like, yo, like somebody hit me up yesterday, like, man, every year I'm waiting, man. I think this is my year. It actually is that person's year, though. I'm not even gonna give y'all a preview, but they had a great year. But the list is coming. Start jockeying for position, everybody.
Jockeying for position is crazy. Josh, you know what? Speaking of jockeying for position, I want everyone to remember that Josh said that, right? Yeah. Because this past week, MC was trying to do some social videos for us, obviously, for our AMP show. Yeah. If you haven't seen the commercials, go on our account or Instagram.
Or go on the AMP account.
Or go on the AMP account. We are
or catch one of them pre-rolls.
Yeah, we're all over that shit. So on one of the ads, Josh says, "Loquacious hot takes." And I know y'all have heard it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I said that.
So Josh said, "Are these captions wrong?"
I was like, no, I have to go back and like watch that. And I was like, I said that? Man, hey, shout out to Fidel. Just shout out to me, man. My vast vocabulary. That was a great word. Loquacious.
It was MC and Josh going back and forth for 10 minutes. Like Josh said, I definitely didn't say that.
Yeah, like it's literally right here, and he's like, "Show me the video." I'm like, "Okay, I mean, I'll show it."
I don't know where that man. I must have just been like, that must have been like the word of the day. I was just like, "Oh shit, this is a perfect day." Use this word.
You got a word of the day app?
No, that shit just be popping.
Loquacious hot takes. Has anyone ever like said something that they don't fucking remember? Because the thing about it is, Josh, I was there that morning. I had to even come in the chat and say, "Hey, I was there. You definitely said it."
I don't remember. I really don't. But then I had on some Fidel shorts that day. Yeah. And it was early. Like, they got me in my best. Like, they got me fresh off the wake up. Like, fresh brain, fresh everything. It was good. That was good.
Wait, as the day goes on, loquacious, the chances of that being said goes down?
Yeah, start drinking this wine.
Jesus Christ. Hitting the Fidels.
My thing was, what's wrong with the word loquacious, though?
No, it's a good word. It's a little it's cool. It's a good word.
It's cool.
Words be having a little like you got a lot going on in the tongue. Loquacious, like it could be a stripper's name if you got real like loquacious.
If there was a stripper named Loquacious, she'd be the most popular one there.
Yeah, she talk you down. She probably be getting all the money.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah. We had AMP last week or this week or last week. Now that we're saying last week with Matt McNeil.
That was a great episode.
It was a great episode. One of my. We always say this, and we're not saying this to boost ourselves up. No, we're saying this because like it's actually really good.
Yeah. No, that was a great conversation. Shout out to Matt, man. Like I said it during the episode too, but like guests like that are the reason why I want to do the BlkPrint. Like I just want to show other people who work behind the scenes, right, who are kind of not front facing, not being the rapper, but are making an impact in the industry. And really, making a name for themselves. And, Matt's one of those guys that, I'm lucky to call a friend. And
absolutely.
He was a great guest.
Yeah, he was an amazing guest. I didn't know he was in the real Boston Richie, but,
Yeah, it's funny. He was one of the first people that, like, industry people that brought him up to me. I'm like, oh, shit, you hip. Like, I'm like, okay. Like,
bro, I'm telling you, I call it, man, every time, man. I got an ear. I got an ear for stars, man. This guy. I should be an
Young Scooter's son. I actually watched that last night, dude. I was up late last night. I watched fucking Real Boston Richie on Tony the Closer.
What?
You know Tony the Closer? He's like a financial advisor, like one of them YouTube nigga financial advisors.
Real Boston Richie's like road to fame has been so weird for the past month.
So weird, but it's funny. So this guy never really interviews younger artists. He always interviews older people and really not even too many artists. And when it is artists, like someone like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Like, it's someone in that financial business.
Like over 20 million.
Yeah. Real Boston Richie, he said it too. He's like, he was asking a lot of people around him, like, who's the hottest young nigga? And they kept saying him. Wow. And that's what made him interview him. And then, the interview was so awkward though, because the guy doesn't know who the fuck he is. Yeah. He was like, yeah, man. So like, tell us about your latest song or something like that. He's like, I just dropped the whole tape. But no, it was a great interview. He talked about how he linked with Future, and he really talked about how much Future is just an influence.
I feel like a real bankable star there with Real Boston Richie, especially on free bands. I said, man, Casino's there, man. It might be a rap. It might be signed, and then it happened, man. Real Boston Richie, real one of my favorite tapes of the year, also. But Matt McNeil, for anyone who's on Patreon. Make sure that you listen to that, and this will be connected to the end of this episode as well. We went like a good hour
Yeah,
that day. We
went
a good hour. He talked about stories with J. Cole, stories with Drake and J. Cole, story with Heavy D that I didn't even know. You had to be heard to be believed.
Yeah, the Heavy D story is crazy, and the Drake story is crazy too. Like, just actively trying to make them guys friends. I think that was something that was needed. Yeah,
and, you gotta have a conversation. You gotta have a heat check, and that was super important. MC, there was something you wanted us to look at, a list of some sort.
Oh, yes. There was something that I found on Twitter. It was about the 100 greatest TV shows. We have covered television for the most, for a good amount of time on the BlkPrint.
Yeah.
Of our opinions on certain shows.
Who made the list?
Rolling Stone.
Come on, man. I shout out to Rolling Stone because y'all do some good shit. And I would love to be on the cover of Rolling Stone one day. But, I don't really, y'all list to be capped, so.
Let's hear it, Mark.
If you were on the cover of Rolling Stone, though, Josh, as I load up this list, what would you like your headline to be?
Loquacious.
The cool. I think it'd just be like Josh P's The Cool.
The Cool. I like The Cool.
No search key.
Get out of here, nigga.
Why not The Cool? They're gonna describe it.
They used to call me that in high school, man.
They're gonna describe it.
The Cool.
I drove by your high school the other day.
Oh, man.
I said, how the fuck did you go to this high school?
Hollywood High, man. Shout out to the Sheiks.
I said, how the fuck did you go to as a child? There's no way you come out of that with a regular brain.
Man, I love. It's funny. Everybody always kind of people in LA always kind of tease me about going to Hollywood High, but I absolutely loved it.
But what was it like there? Like,
I mean, high school was interesting in LA just because if you was young and popping, you knew niggas from every school. Yeah. So it was never I didn't know the niggas at Fairfax and Westchester and all the little popping schools. But going to Hollywood was interesting just because first of all, I didn't have to get dressed every day.
Yeah.
And
really?
Then even
it was uniforms?
No, it wasn't uniform. Just even just getting fly. Nigga, it's Hollywood High. I could come in whatever. But I was getting fly, and people knew me for that. But it was just interesting, man. It just was a different type of thing. But I always trip off the fact that it was just so easy to leave school and
that's what
Hollywood, Hollywood Boulevard's right there.
That's what I can't mentally I can't break through because if you leave school in Virginia, your ass is getting truant. They have truancy officers to drive around.
LA, I think is a little different. So I think LA has some type of thing where they let some people out at lunch and things like that. So that shit kind of went down. But I just remember every day at lunch, I would go piece up and get high with the homies and get some Chinese food and go back to my 5th and 6th period and eat in class.
But you're right by the strip, right? So it's you're right by the strip. You could just go right over there at any time. It could be a movie premiere that day. I saw
nigga. I ditched school to go stand in line and see Jay-Z perform on Kimmel. He shut down Hollywood Boulevard when he did Kingdom Come album.
That's so crazy. Yeah, terrible album to do that for.
I know, but I was right in the front, bro. I remember I reached my hand out. Memphis Bleak hit my hand.
Bleak, you just feel take me over the stage, nigga. Wrong head. Come on.
I was wrong person. Hove, where you at? That was dope though. Yeah, shout out to Hollywood High.
That is crazy. I drove past it. Y'all got a crazy mural of just random celebrities.
I'm trying to get on the mural actually. Some people didn't even go there. I absolutely think I would. Honestly, I'm about to go petition for that. I just got my B-Max Social Impact Award.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that today. I'm out here, Hey man, we're gonna talk about that today too. But I mean, they got Furious Styles on that mural. You can fucking be on that.
I know. They got Brandy. I need some more diversity up there. Blackface, cool little fade. Yeah, put me up there.
They gonna make sure your fade right.
Yeah. Oh man, they gotta get my fade right. I was just tripping off the other day. That nigga Boosie was hot. He saw his fade on the rap snacks. He said they fucked his fade up on the rap snacks. I know for my fade, man. I can't have you out here like this.
But MC, as I take another drag of these Sour Patch Kids, and this is not a name of a weed. This is actual Sour Patch Kids. What's on this list?
I'm about to say, is that a hashtag ad right now? Sour Patch bag?
We need it.
Sour Patch bag.
We damn near low key. I just noticed it's damn near every time we record, either Josh is eating some fucking sour gummy candy or I'm eating some sour gummy candy. It never fucking fails.
I'm a candy fiend, bro. I got a bag. I went to one of the little candy things where they weigh it a pound. I spent $30.
God damn.
I'm like, God damn, it was a pound and a half or some shit. I'm like, this shit.
Okay, so 100 greatest television shows of all time. You can easily Google this. Pops up immediately on Rolling Stone. Where would you like me to start? You want me to start top 20 or do you want me to bring you directly to the top 10? Because we're not going to go through all 100 on this list.
Top 15.
Top 15? Okay. Do you have a general idea of what would come into this top 5, top 10?
No, I haven't even looked at it. I don't think Josh has either.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, I can't. Like, I was just thinking, like, is this like a blacklist? Like, what kind of list?
Oh, boy.
They're not gonna have Martin on here. Jamie Foxx show.
There
Is Martin on there?
There is a possibility. We will see if Martin is on here, but we'll start from 15.
Okay.
15 is the Larry Sanders Show on
See?
HBO.
Like, I didn't even really watch that.
I was young. I was too young to watch that show.
Too young to watch that? Okay. So
I watched Our List, though. I would watch Our List.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number 15. Number 14 is The Americans on FX.
Definitely don't watch that shit. I've seen that. That's like
I've
the spy
seen
shit.
I heard it was good.
I mean, it might be, but I ain't watching that shit. That's 15 of all time?
Yeah,
Of
you're
all
right.
time.
You're right.
Of all time?
So it'd be at least around 80 other
Come
shows.
on, man. Bernie Mac show's better than that.
Okay, so we're 0 for 2 right now. Okay, number
Like, the
13.
Americans, hold on, though. The Americans is like a fake ass homeland. So, like, but it's like a period piece homeland.
I'm starting to feel like Josh is watching.
Where's
this
Homeland?
show.
now?
Are you feeling like that?
I've tried to watch it, and I was just like, I'm not trying to watch this old doo-wop 1920s ass shit.
Do up.
Yeah.
Okay, number 13 is Veep on HBO.
I never watched it.
It's a white show. Go on.
Yeah,
Okay.
little white shows.
So over 3 right now. Number 12 is The Twilight Zone on CBS.
See, that damn near should be higher. That should
Yeah.
good.
That show was on for like 20 years or some shit.
They say in the TV's first golden age of the 50s and 60s, the anthology drama was king, and Rod Serling's collection of fantastical stories set in the middle ground between
should be
light
higher.
and shadow, between science and superstition.
That
I
should
like
be
Twilight.
the
Yeah, that
same.
should be
Yeah, that
higher.
should be
It's like
higher.
top 5.
Some classics came out of that one. I can't name them, so don't ask me to, but I'm pretty sure something happened.
Number 11 that is in front of that is Succession on HBO.
It should be higher.
Okay.
I guess.
Have you watched it?
I haven't. I've watched like the first 2 seasons or something.
Succession should be.
It's cool. It's cool.
Succession should definitely be top 10.
It's cool.
Okay, let's jump to our
Man, this is gonna sound so bad, man.
Oh man,
Go ahead. Why not? We need
When I
the
be
Josh
watching
in.
like Succession, Industry, like I be watching these shows with so many white characters, it'd be hard to like tell the characters apart and like the names and like it'd be hard. It's hard.
They all look alike.
They do. They blend into each other. It's terrible to say and think. And if you feel like that about Black people, any other race that's not your own, I totally understand.
You get it. Oh my god.
I understand. Come on, man. We all got our little whatever the fucks we got. I'm not mad at
Whatever the fucks we got. Yeah.
I've never seen any of these though. What is Succession about?
Oh my god. It's kind of like
It's like a billionaire. It's like a billionaire that owns like a media conglomerate. He gets sick and he's stepping down, and like it's about his kids like taking over his business,
trying
and,
to
like,
get the whole drama is who's going to get control of the company, but the actual father is trying to retain control of it too. It's kind of like are you familiar with the Rupert Murdoch and Fox? And
that's what I was gonna say. I literally was about to say Rupert Murdoch, but
no, but all of that sounds like some Bus Family shit. So I actually am kind of interested.
Yeah, it's like
it's a little more money than that.
But but that's this general same concept.
Yeah.
It's like, $1 million father and like who's taking over.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good concept. It's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I said, it's hard for me to keep track. I'll be watching Doom so much. I'm like, man, who the fuck is who? Like, but it is the chick on there.
Shiv. Everyone loves Shiv.
Shiv is dope.
Shiv
It's a big name.
Shiv is dope.
Yeah, I fuck with Shiv.
Both of you have been in big media areas. Does it stay authentic to that, or do they think they hype it up a little bit?
It's so much higher level than I've been.
It's higher level than I. Yeah,
it's like owning. It's like owning media companies.
I think the closest they got was one of the companies they owned was like a complex type.
Yeah, and that's why I
Oh,
actually
wow.
appreciate it, because it's like it feels like it's like, oh, like I own Complex and I own Washington Post, and like how does this business make money, and like how like am I blocking stories? It's all a little. It's politics.
Yeah, because
it's actually dope.
They own liberal and Republican publications.
Oh wow!
And so like they frame it in one instance that if you're cool with the Roys, which is the family on the show, you're going to be the next presidential candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was one episode where they're like, yo, we need to figure out if we're going to back a Republican or a liberal or a Democrat.
Yeah.
And and you get to see how they figure that out. It's actually pretty cool.
It's funny. I want to apologize to people who actually watch the show and who are listening. I feel like we're describing the show terribly for you guys. But it's a good show. Check it out. You guys actually should.
Yeah, this is from somebody who has a complete blind perspective. I have no idea. I'm literally 0 for 5 on this top 15 right now.
I'm actually looking at the next one. I want you to read it. I can see it already, but this is just like, this is crazy.
So number 10, we'll jump into this top 10 right now. Number 10 is the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
What?
On CBS.
We're going to make it after all? We're going to
I don't even like, that's like some old, see, that's why I was like, these shows is old TV. Like, where's Sanford and Son on this list?
What was the age of the people making this list? That's my thing. Like were they 20 and up or were they like 30, 40 and up?
It's like some 30-year-olds. You know, these niggas are still trying to write.
Because like, I feel like when you make these lists, I feel like they gotta be. Well, we gotta show respect to Mary Tyler Moore. I'm just like,
that's exactly what it is.
The first line is, along with Cheers, it's the gold standard for ensemble comedy, blending sparking dialogue with unexpected heart and a cast of actors who seem born to trade punchlines with one another. It's on for 7 years.
I know Cheers is gonna be on the top 10. Go ahead, Mark.
All right, number 9, Atlanta on FX.
That's interesting. I'm not mad at that. I love Atlanta. I'm sorry.
Of course you're not mad at it. Like, of course you're not mad at it.
It feels high.
Is it too early for that?
I mean, shit, they have fucking Succession on here. Is it too early? If you can put Succession on this list and say it should be higher, then Atlanta should be right up alongside of it.
I feel like in terms of just like, the HBO Prestige, that's probably why they would be up there in the
niggas
top 10.
Talking about Prestige, HBO Prestige.
Hey, HBO don't miss.
That sounds like white people. That sounds like white glaze.
I'm not trying to be racist either.
I'm not even saying it's racist, but I feel like HBO Prestige is like, okay. So if Atlanta was on HBO, then it would be higher.
Fuck yeah, it would be. You know it would.
So then we're not talking about the content. We're talking about the rapper.
I just don't know. But what puts Atlanta over Succession? That's my question.
I mean, I enjoy Atlanta more. It's more true to who I want to watch, but I just think it's had arguably 2 classic seasons. And like, I don't know, I just think it's a great show.
Succession has arguably 2
classic seasons. And I think even just the way it's changed the way sitcom writing is. Like, there's no Dave without fucking Atlanta. And Dave is critically acclaimed.
There's no Mo. There's no Rami.
Like, these are all shows that came from Atlanta. So like, I just think it's so groundbreaking and that, like, it's the same argument for fucking Mary Tyler Moore or whatever the fuck the shit was.
That's higher than Mary Tyler Moore though, which is nuts.
Man.
But I mean, I understand. I'm just wondering because it feels like, here's my thing. The reason I ask that is because I feel like there were times where, and I've worked in newsrooms where we do lists. I had to do like a future list for Complex a couple years back, and I was fighting for certain things to get on higher than what they were because I was like, this is no 56 Nights should be here. This should be here. Like the 3-peat should be in the top 10 period. Shit like that. Like. And sometimes the older people will win out over the younger people. So this looked like an argument where the older people lost that argument in the writers' room against Atlanta.
That's an interesting take on it. I don't know. The list thing, I always hate lists too. I'm like, I don't got no favorites.
They're tough. Yeah. They're tough. What's the next one, MC?
Number 8, Cheers on NBC.
I fucking knew. Atlanta's definitely better than Cheers.
Yeah. I mean, Cheers is cool. It's funny. Cheers has like, it's iconic in American history. Yeah. It's certain little things and shit you see.
But they had characters that spun off on Cheers into their own shows too.
Was that
Frasier?
Oh, Frasier was from Cheers?
Yeah, I thought Frasier was from Cheers and some other niggas.
I didn't know Cheers was on for 11 years. God damn.
What was the other shit? Was Fonzie, was Happy Days?
That was Happy Days.
Was that from Cheers?
That was Happy
Cheers?
Days.
Was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
But Happy Days has
but for sure, Happy Days probably going to be. Yeah, it's probably going to be on this list.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, number 7, Mad Men on AMC.
What?
I mean, it's a good show.
Mad Men's a good show. I can't cap.
It's a good show. I'm not mad. I don't know. It's just, it's a good
Over
show.
Succession is crazy. I don't know. I think Succession is like.
Come on. I just
actually,
seen what's
Mad
number 6
Men
on
spoiled
Piss.
it. I spoiled it.
What's number 6? What's number 6?
Number 6. Oh, Josh is going to be so mad. Number 6 is Seinfeld.
And this is the number 1 show. It's like, it's crazy. This is literally the number 1 show ever created. Like, what the fuck? This list is stupid.
What's the reason?
I mean, just set some new trends. It's still relevant today. You can watch that and still be like, oh shit. Like, even the things that are happening are like still relevant. Like, cause it's like, it's human things that are happening.
It's a show about nothing, bro.
Yeah, but it's dope. I don't know. It's one of my favorite shows ever. Like, straight up. It is one of the best shows ever though.
Do you think that it is appropriate in beating the shows that we have just named?
Absolutely.
Well, you have said that it is supposed to be the number 1 show in your opinion.
Yeah, I think it's number 1.
So this top 5 is actually going to be pretty interesting to see. So number 5, Fleabag.
Oh,
what?
That's actually a great fucking show. I don't know if it's top 5 show ever. That's
what?
Crazy. That's top 5.
What is it about?
Man, it's about a woman and just her like dating adventures, and like the way it's shot is really dope, and the way she kind of breaks the fourth wall is really interesting. Like it's a really good show. I'm surprised it's so high on this list. But this being so high on this list shows me who the fuck made this list. Like, it's the same people who make the rap list. Like some hipsters in Brooklyn. Like, it's just some Williamsburg ass shit.
Black rimmed glasses.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if they change their minds a little bit here. Okay.
That's funny though. That's a good one. But Fleabag is actually a great show.
Better than Seinfeld?
It's not better than Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Josh should check it out. It's a great show.
But you can understand why. Yeah. Okay. All right. Number 4, The Wire on HBO.
This is such a hipster ass list.
Wait, Josh, do you like The Wire?
I like The Wire, but this list should be soundtracked by like a Diplo Gucci Man remix. This is such a hipster ass list.
So wait. Do you think Wire should be lower or higher?
I'm not mad at where the Wire's at.
What?
It's the shit that's around it. Like 4 is cool. Wire's not. Yeah, 4 is cool for The Wire.
After Fleabag is crazy.
It's crazy. What's next? Like, what's the sandwich in between?
Okay, so the 3 shows that have beat The Wire. Number 3 is Breaking Bad on AMC.
Yep, sir.
This shit crazy. Hit.
Do it again. Hit it again. One more time.
This thing got candy in his mouth. People are about to choke.
Yes, sir.
in the air.
It's funny. It's like this is a very hipster ass list. Breaking Bad.
How is Breaking Bad is not a hipster pick?
Very hipster, but all right.
Sopranos is probably number 1. Sopranos is probably number 1.
All right, well, I won't spoil it, but number 2 is The Simpsons.
Like stupid ass list, just all over the place.
It's only on there because it's been the longest running TV show.
The Simpsons still be like predicting shit. They think that shit real. Stupid ass Rolling Stone.
Bro, the only reason The Simpsons is on that is because it's lasted longer than any other show. That's the only reason. 28 or 30 years or something like that.
But you wouldn't put it at least in the top 5?
Top 10, yeah. Not top fucking 5, no.
Does it change your mind a little bit because it's a cartoon?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I think The Simpsons is brilliant. If I were to change my mind on Simpsons being there because it's a cartoon, I'd have to change my mind on all the comedy shows that are in that top 10.
Yeah.
Because it's a comedy show.
Sure.
But I just don't think it's like of all time. Like, what is it? What through line? What storyline have they ever had that's made me like, damn, I gotta tune in next year or next week?
I used to like it when like the Who Shot Mr. Burns. And
that was fire. They made you wait a whole summer for that.
Dope. That shit was dope. And even just like when they used to do the Treehouse of Horror early on, like now it's kind of just played, but. I top 10 for sure, but yeah, number 2 is crazy. What's number 1?
They say, what is there left to say about the best, longest running, most influential, most acclaimed TV comedy show of them all? Should we offer loopy quotes at random, like when Abe Simpson had an onion on his belt, which was the style at the time, and then they go about all the other different areas of The Simpsons?
I don't even remember what they just referenced. Onion on the belt, like y'all niggas lame.
Number 1, you gave the spoiler already. It is The Sopranos.
I knew it.
It's Sex in the City, yeah, shit.
It's probably in the top 50. Probably. I knew Sopranos was going to be number 1. I need to do an adult rewatch of that show.
It's a great show. I've watched it so many times.
I think, but the consensus is, right? The consensus of top 3 shows of all time. And the thing is like, do we split it between like long form dramas, 30-minute sitcoms? Like, I think, you're getting into semantics at that point. But I think that the most general consensus is that The Wire, Sopranos, Breaking Bad is everybody's Mount Rushmore. And maybe Mad Men at number 4 is everybody's Mount Rushmore. Yeah. Like, those are the 4 that everyone loves. So I'm not mad at. The thing is that the Breaking Bad versus Wire argument, I don't care on either side. Like, if you think The Wire is better, that's great. It's a fantastic show, and vice versa. It's a fantastic show. But I think that at least like, why they try and make it a little bit less controversial by putting The Simpsons in between all those shows? That didn't make no sense.
Are there any black shows that you would have liked hearing in this top 15? Martin automatically? Let's see where Martin is.
Cosby Show.
They're not doing that.
Yeah, see,
they're not doing that.
But if you did a list of I'm not gonna go there.
They have, but I'll give you one thing. They're not doing it. I think they should, at least in the top 35, at least, because of what it did for other black shows. Or that different world spun off from that. You don't have a lot of shows without that. Like, where's Living Single? I don't watch this shit, but why wasn't Friends in that top 15? I know a lot of people watch that shit too.
I was looking for that, actually.
I'm going to scroll through this right now and just name off some names. Oz is at number 99.
So Oz, that was a random one. Squid Games is in the list. Like,
what?
Like, Squid Games is on this list. Out. Like, one season of that. Like, nigga, that shit was so, like, come on.
It was like, guys, it did last a little bit longer than most Netflix shows do in terms of just like the conversation.
Orange is the New Black is number 85.
I can't roll with that. That show went downhill after season 2. I can't roll with that.
Trying to look for some more black shows here. Sex and the City, as you just mentioned, number 78.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
The Jeffersons just beat it at number 77.
Where's the Entourage at? And that's crazy too, though. Jefferson's 77.
Frasier, obviously not a black show, but Frasier's number 75. The Honeymooners is right in front of it.
I've never even seen that fucking show. Again, it's old people versus young people fighting for that list.
Good Times is number 72.
You know what? Controversial opinion. I don't like Good Times.
I don't know. Watch it. Watch Good Times.
Is it too depressing?
No, it's not too depressing. It's just not like
Dynamite.
Yeah, like it's.
Where is George Lopez on this list?
The George Lopez show. I will say the Good Times is definitely from a different, period.
I only watch for JJ anyway.
Chappelle's show is number 69.
Is King of Queens on the list? King of Queens.
I have not passed King of Queens.
I like that show. It's probably not on there.
Daily Show with Jon Stewart, we just passed. That is number 66.
That shouldn't even be on the show. That shouldn't even be on this list at all.
I don't even.
South Park is number 63.
It should be higher.
That's wild.
Come on, man. What is this?
Yeah, that's wild.
South Park has been on air about as long as The Simpsons has.
Key and Peele is number 59. Now I'm pretty angry.
Why?
How did that even make the
Why
list?
are they even on the? Why is it even on there?
How did that beat South Park?
Mad TV's better than that.
Scrolling through some more. Community is number 56.
White show.
Never watched it.
ER is number 54.
Where's what's the show that everybody loves? Office on this list. I never watched
Well,
that.
yeah, that is a good question.
The UK version of The Office is number
Control F. Some of these names we're saying. Control F this.
So they kind of put it in an area where you kind of have to do like.
Oh, you
top
have to do
10s on-
infinite scroll.
Yeah,
okay.
infinite scroll. Unfortunately, just going through these, but pretty interesting. Jeopardy is number 50.
All right, I'm done. We're done with this list.
Friends is number 49.
Okay. Thanks, MC. You now pissed us off for the rest of this fucking episode.
I mean, I didn't expect to also get mad here, but
appreciate that.
Key and Peele beating South Park is kind of wild. Oh, and Chappelle Show.
And Chappelle Show. Yeah, I was about to say and Chappelle Show. Like what? Say what you will. Chappelle Show, even like a less than ideal third season of Chappelle Show is better than any Key and Peele I've ever seen.
Literally started a good amount of years of television on Comedy Central.
Chappelle Show is kind of like that Atlanta section where it kind of opened up another renaissance of black comedians. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't get anywhere. Like, obviously now it's so old to say I'm Rick James bitch and what else? It's Doo-Doo Baby and all this other shit. Like,
sure.
But it's still influential. You could probably name every single sketch and say every single word from all these Chappelle Show sketches because we watched them so many times. Everyone had the DVDs. Everybody.
When Dave left, Comedy Central tried really hard to try and replicate that with Carlos Mencia, and then of course here with Key and Peele. I wouldn't put either of those two in front of the Chappelle Show.
Shitty.
Carlos Mencia.
I see what you did there, by the way.
Speaking of,
he got canceled.
He got canceled for stealing people's jokes.
Yeah, I know. It's tight.
That the dude pulled up on him. It was Joe Rogan actually.
Yeah,
he stole Joe Rogan's jokes.
Got him the fuck out of here.
The whole show. They canceled the whole show.
Like, where is he at now?
Yeah. He was stealing Joe Rogan's jokes, and Joe Rogan pulled up on him at a comedy joint, and then they said I believe they said he wasn't even like really Latino or some shit. Like they was going crazy on him.
I thought it was just because Mina Mencia was ass.
No, I think Comedy Central found out there they pulled all support.
They canceled the fuck out of that dude. I've never seen someone get thoroughly canceled.
He's gone. Like I've never seen him again. Speaking of TV shows, you mentioned the daily shows on here. Mm-hmm. There's a new show that could be rising up the ranks in this list.
Sure.
Carisha, please.
You know, I have yet to watch a full episode of that yet.
I only watched the clips.
Yeah, me too.
I only watched the clips.
It's great clips too, by the way.
But I heard she's the new Black Oprah.
She says it she went on Twitter. She said, I'm the Black Oprah.
You know, it's funny. She actually said it in an interview, and people think it's like her being like I think she actually meant it and then didn't catch it, and then it just became a meme and a joke, and now she's leaning on it.
I love the memes of this because, again, we mentioned Carisha Please a couple episodes ago, rather. And I was like, man, this show is really going to survive off of just the memeable moments. Like, she could really have something here. And this is just another fire that she's catching.
Yeah, no, it's dope. I like the perspective. It's funny. I've been listening to Poor Minds podcast.
Yeah.
I like them.
What do they talk about?
Carisha Please, but for some real woman. It's actually really dope.
But I mean, I haven't seen the show. I know that I saw some clips of the Saweetie one that it made me. I was just like, this ain't for me. This is not my
not your lane of topic entertainment.
It's not my show, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just give it a chance.
Have you heard it?
I've watched it through the Instagram clips.
Exactly. No one's actually watched it. That's your homework.
And I want to watch it more than I do listen to it. I think we're in that area now. Well, at least I am with a lot of the podcasts that provide audio and video. I think it's just more interesting to visually watch it than opposed to for some portion.
Yeah, I do like to watch the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the new set looks good on that podcast. We're talking about podcasts too much.
Yeah, we're talking about podcasts on the podcast too much.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
I haven't. No free promo. No free promo. All right, there's something I want to take a stand on. So last episode, y'all took a stand on me being a relationship YouTuber. That's still on the way.
Oh my god!
By the way,
it's actually amazing.
Yeah. So everyone seemed to have a positive reception to it, Mark. So it's going down. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a theme song, all that shit.
Oh my god!
There's another thing. I'm brainstorming it right now. There's another thing that I want to take a stand against this episode. So, when you get married, I'm just warning you guys, you're going to have to start sharing your finances. Some of them with your wife. Okay? I let her have the credit card one day. The credit card, not just the one, like the credit card, right? So I got to go in and pay it. I handle that. That's part of the duties. You know what I'm saying? I go on here. I see Erewhon for about 4 or 5 charges. I added up these charges. They came out to $125 for literally 4 charges.
Okay.
I called her immediately. I said, "What are you doing with the cart? What is this?" She said, "Well, I got the mac and cheese. I got a water, $12. I got some bullshit. I got the lunch. It was $25.
The water's pH balanced, man.
I said, "What the fuck is Erewhon?"
That's what
I Googled it. I said, "What is this?"
He said, "What the fuck is Erewhon?"
What the fuck is Erewhon? I Googled it. I went on there. I said, "This just looks like Whole Foods. Just looks like Whole Foods. It has the same little tags that Whole Foods does."
Yeah, it's the luxury version.
What the fuck? I was like, "Is this like Gelson's?"
Yeah,
Like, it ain't even like Gelson's.
Oh, no, it's way more luxury than Gelson's. And
What the
Gelson's
fuck?
is luxury.
Blacks against Erewhon is my new stand.
Nah, man.
Blacks against Erewhon.
First of all, one of my favorite Instagram accounts is Black at Erewhon.
I saw this. I
Follow
looked
it.
at it. I threw up twice, and I said, "We're talking about this on the show."
Nah, I fuck with. It's funny that you brought this up. I really fuck with Erewhon tough. Like I'm damn near a
Of
member.
course you fucking do,
Yeah.
Josh. This is the
Nah.
same guy who said utilities.
So I'm gonna let y'all into a little secret. Erewhon has the best water. Their spring water is fucking amazing.
What about this $25 water? I believe.
It's not 20. Oh well.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
It's not 25.
Yes, it-
But I know I don't be looking
gonna
at
look.
receipts really, and I know every time I go to Erewhon, I at least spend like $100. I ain't gonna even front.
Can we revisit? I don't be looking at receipts.
The same.
Because you know, it's funny.
What are
I used to look at
utilities?
receipts a lot when I was younger. Like every time I used to go somewhere, like when I was younger, with my parents, I would always ask to see the receipt after, and they always used to like kind of like tease me about it. So now I just be like, I keep my receipts for expenses and shit, but I don't like looking at receipts.
One funny aside. Literally yesterday, my wife went to go see Bad Bunny, and she was like trying to find parking. She was like, "Should I could you ask Josh?" And she's like, "You know what? Don't ask Josh. He's gonna because I remember what he said about the utilities, and I don't want to get sun."
Honestly, I know.
She's gonna be like parking.
No, you know what's crazy? The lot I told her to park in is a good lot. It's like a $40 lot. I don't know if she parked in there or not. I pass it all the time, so I know it. I'll be parking right at the stadium, bro. Just tax me.
$700.
Nah, shit like 100.
$700. Can you buy any of this shit online? I'm trying to
Erewhon?
see. I'm trying to see if you can buy
Erewhon
online.
water is like $4 for the 2 liter or liter, and I just bought. It's just crazy. I bought the 2 gallon the box.
Yeah.
I just bought it like 2 days ago. That shit was like $17, I think. Maybe 20. I mean, maybe it was. Like
Okay, we got one in Studio City. I'm going here right now. Shop Erewhon.
Yeah, they just opened one. Studio C is like
MC. This is
yeah. See, man. I meant to post this on the gram last night.
MC. This is some pure
case of spring water.
Yeah, man. I'm out here.
water. I'm just typing in water. I'm on the site. The site is
This kind of looks like a Trader Joe's. Like there's like a really souped up version of Trader Joe's.
Yes,
Erewhon Natural. They got their own
all
shit.
raw, organic, natural shit. They got a great little hot bar. Great.
You can get dinner plates
coffee
too?
and smoothie. Yeah, they got like
What are black people?
salmon.
What are black people doing here?
I'll be getting the
hot
salmon. The salmon plate is fire. The chicken is cool.
Okay, the spring water pack, $17.
Yeah.
So is it just you just grab the waters out of this?
I don't know
It's
what
the
you're
box.
looking
I'm
at.
looking at the box.
Oh no! So that you
got a little
pull out the
handle.
little tab. No, you pull out the little tab, and it just
This is
like a little
this is
dispenser,
crazy.
you
I'm
know?
going to Erewhon today.
yeah. Go check it out. The spring.
I'm gonna Erewhon.
Actually, the new shit they building in Studio City.
It's open.
Yeah, it's Erewhon. They're just about to open the Equinox next week. It's a Hi-Ho, Sugarfish. Hi-Ho is a burger spot
hear
that's
this
fire.
Y'all hear
Yeah,
this
it's
shit?
all the little.
I gotta talk about Mark
Yeah.
in these burger spots too. We're gonna wait for B-sides for that though.
What happened? To
You
burgers?
went to a burger spot there. I sent it to Josh and
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"What is he doing?"
Hey, Mark just been out here.
Mark been on his real tourism
It
shit.
was in the vicinity. I had to. I was hungry.
We're gonna talk about it later.
Before we leave Erewhon, though, remember those
We're
videos?
not leaving Erewhon. We're staying on Erewhon.
Remember those videos? Remember those videos of Andre 3000 playing the flute?
Yeah.
Just some random. That was at Erewhon every time.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, man, it's a lore of Erewhon. They got the little membership. They got a
What-
little membership program.
Is it the
10% back?
is it the guys of exclusivity? Because I saw there's a
I'm
TikTok
gonna send
also.
this to them. I'm high. The high praise. I'm about to send this to them. And be like, Erewhon, I need to sponsor the show. They might,
Yeah, they could. They have fucking merch. We
I know
could probably be in there
Trying
wearing
to
their
get the
merch.
diversity shit going.
Yeah, I'm looking at their meat and seafood. $11 for bacon.
I don't be buying no meat there. I pause. I bought like all my fruit.
Oh, for the love of
Just
God.
buy no meat there. Like buying meat's a little pause worthy.
Who buys?
What? No, please, God.
That's a shirt.
Please, God.
That's a shirt. Literally, a blank thing is a little pause worthy.
Protein? God forbid.
For real.
Tofu $3. Come on, man. I gotta go in here and see what's up. This is crazy.
Check it out. They tortilla chips fire. Everyone got some shit. They got some hitters. I ain't gonna front, man. They got some little.
But I think are we reaching a certain level where like Ralph's is just not enough anymore?
The quality of food at places be funny, but Ralph's is cool. I fuck with Ralph's, but like for like meats and things like that, I try to go to like Gelson's.
Vaughn's is not. Oh, I love Gelson's for the meats. So we put y'all up
Trader
on game.
Joe's.
This is gonna get us killed, by the way, because we sound like black 1%ers right now.
Shit. Hey man, you're not gonna like what Jay was talking about. You're not gonna tease me into being broke.
Tease me. Oh, Jay did get that
Oh,
off.
brother.
Yeah, chilling, bro.
Oh my God. No, but I think when I look at it, it's like I freak the fuck out. I'm like, how do you spend that much
It is
at
a little wild. They
one
got
place?
some bullshit. Yeah, they bro. I'm telling you, every time I go in there, I spend $75 to $100.
She said, "Oh, the coffee is just amazing." I said,
See?
"We got coffee at home."
The shakes and smoothies that they make there are really fire. And then they do like sometimes they do like Haley Baldwin or Bieber, whatever her name
brother.
is. She had like a special smoothie one time. That shit was so fire there. Yeah, shout out to Erewhon, man. Sponsor the show.
MC, you going to Erewhon before you leave?
Where is it?
It's one Studio City.
I want
Not too
Studio
far
City.
from me.
Mhm.
I'd have to try and find one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to let me in this fit, though. I have to be fresh to get in there.
No idea shit.
No, I'd probably be niggas with wearing sandals in there.
I'll be in there fucking do-rag down.
Oh, okay.
I be saying it's funny. It be niggas in there.
I just want to.
It be niggas in there.
It be niggas in there.
Hey,
I think they be TikTokers. You know how you see it, nigga. You like, I don't know you. You don't know me. What
I
we
know you
doing
up to
here?
something.
Yeah, like what we doing here?
Like, what are you
I'm
doing
like,
here,
maybe a
nigga?
TikToker or something. Niggas got
Oh,
little
man.
cool haircuts and shit.
Speaking of, Josh and this 1%er talk.
Hey man,
He tried to downplay it last episode on B-Sides, if you heard B-Sides. But Josh got awarded
oh yeah.
last weekend. It's a very special award for Josh. I want to give him a round of applause real quick.
Hey man, thank you.
Clap it up for him.
I'm grateful, man. You
Clap
know,
it up for him.
like AB said, to be great, you got to be grateful.
What? It means nothing.
It's one of my favorite lines ever.
Absolutely nothing. What'd you get an award for?
It was the Black Music Action Coalition. It was started during the pandemic. They were the people who started like Blackout
Blackout?
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they've been doing an award show since then. And I got the BMAC Social Impact Award.
Who's BMAC?
That's the
that's
Black
the name of
Music
it.
Action Coalition. So BMAC Social Impact Award. Shout out to my whole team, the rotation team, Tim, Rochelle, Sierra, and everybody that works with us, man. I think, we got to really, shout out to the team, shout out to Amazon Music. But yeah, man, no, it was dope to just get that award. Like, it's funny, leading up to it, I was kind of like, man, like this award, like, what is this? Like, Social Impact Award.
What is an award? God gives me an award every time.
Man, I was really on that. And then like, it's funny, I spoke to my girlfriend about it. I spoke to my therapist about it. And then I spoke to Ethiopia, the chairman of Motown. Like, as I got to the event, I saw her and she's like, oh, and then like we just kind of spoke really briefly. And they all kind of said the same thing. They were just like, yo, like, they mentioned to be great, you got to be grateful. No, but they all were like, yo, this is dope to be honored. And, you got to appreciate these moments.
Yeah.
And like, we're always looking at the next and like what we're going to do tomorrow. And like, you got to be present and be aware. And they helped me see that. And, I'm just appreciative. I think, the work I do, I don't do it for awards. So whenever someone recognizes it, that's always a good feeling.
But in general, like, you're really thankless about everything you do.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I've always known you for. Is like, I've literally complimented you before. And you kind of give me, And I was damn.
I'm terrible at accepting compliments. I'm sorry. But it's just because I'm always thinking about the next flip. Like, shout out to, this is so funny. My homegirl, Blanco Sadati.
Yeah.
She's a rapper.
Shout out
to her. She has her Instagram bio says, I'm always 4 flips away.
Yeah.
And it's like a drug reference, of course, but I think that's just how I think all the time. Like, I'm like, it's always the next, like always, like what am I going to do next? So like, I never really, I do some dope shit. I'm just like, all right, what's the next dope shit? Yeah.
To the next. Yeah. And I think we all kind of get caught up in that. and I mean, you get accepted that award. I saw like pictures, videos. I was like, damn, man, like that's fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought like from where I met you all the way on. Like I know you were bound for great shit, but I was just like, bro, like this is just the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing for me. It's like it's absolutely the beginning. Like,
yeah.
I was tripping out because like Kevin Lyles got awarded,
yeah.
Big John got awarded,
yeah.
Maxine Waters. I'm like, nigga, I'm Josh Pease. Like, I know I did some shit, but it's so much more for me.
But you had Tyler there. He had,
man. Shout out to Tyler. He actually introduced us. I had no idea he was doing that. He surprised all of us.
Wow.
Like I literally got to the event and I saw a seating arrangement. I saw his picture on the thing, and like I posted on IG like laughing, like nigga, you pulling up, like, and I like posted on my close friends. And I just was like, I thought they just invited him. You know, they invited millions of people to this shit. And then to see him come out and introduce us, I was like, oh, like.
But you were part of something that was
crazy.
huge for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
like,
I mean,
that was crazy.
No, this man, Call Me If You Get Lost was actually a pivotal moment in my career. Like that's always something I'm gonna look back on and be like, oh yeah, like we did that
for sure. No, I think it's important, like you said, to not get lost in really what's coming up next. And I think like we've always been. I think people call it like hustle culture, and it's that I feel like we kind of get trapped in that sometimes. Like, oh, we can't sleep. Well, I'm obviously gonna sleep, but it's like don't sleep. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We all got the same 24 hours type shit. Like we all get caught up in that, but it's like it's so easy to get lost in it and just never like look past it. Where it's like an award didn't mean anything. So when you downplayed it. Last episode, I was like, "No, don't downplay it. Like, it's a good
honestly,
thing."
I told myself that I don't even know. I just kind of make that decision. Like, I can't downplay it. Like, I went out last night and people are congratulating me. And I'm just like, my thing is to always keep it going. But I definitely, thank you for recognizing the work. And I was just about to say it again. You just gotta keep this shit pushing, man.
Yeah, like you have to, because I mean, you do panels. Like now, I get invited to do panels. I'm looking at it the same way. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you want to hear about from me?
Yeah,
like,
the panel circuit's always. I actually like panels because like you can kind of do live debate and talk through shit. But
I'm talking to kids. I'm talking to college kids. I'm
inspiring the next generation.
The fuck, but it's at the same time, it's like okay. You have to look at kind of your resume. Like you gotta look back and like, oh yeah, I could talk about that or I could do that. Like what was your speech like when you had to actually run through what you have been doing too?
Yeah, so they wrote a speech and they kind of touched on some of the things we've been doing, and just in the moment I'm like, fuck this speech. So I just kind of just went off script and just like I kind of reiterated just that, I'm honored and like I'm thankful, like just grateful to be here. Yeah. And I think, what I wanted the people to take away from my speech is just to be present and aware, like all of us in this room at this moment, like we've all made it far. And I think, Big John even touched on that after in his speech. He was like, man, like think about all the people he started in the music industry with, and they're just not here. Right. And, not even death. Like it's a lot of people who've died, but it's a lot of people who just didn't make it. Yeah. Just didn't, lost the dream, lost the hustle. And like, this is something special to still be doing this. I'm damn near 10 years in. I've been working in music since high school.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was going to say. Like your journey, I always say that. What was crazy is that I got to remember, like, you're younger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to remember that part, but also just like important moments in like our relationship where it's like, when you say being present, you were present. You saw me when I was like literally coming up as a writer. Yeah. And you hit me up. And then I became, you know what I'm saying? I was on Complex and all the other shit. But I was like, yo, I always said Josh was one of the first people that ever DM me, ask me like, what you think about Thug? What you think about this? And I'm like, bro, he's always been in the moment.
No, I'm still consuming culture and looking at stuff like in that same lens. Like I'm always trying to see like who's a new, fresh mind and who's just thinking about things in a new way. And that's, that's why I appreciate, hip hop and music and just like, this culture that I'm entrenched in. Like I think I never want to lose that pipeline to what's just going on, and I want to be a pipeline. Yeah. And that's what we do this podcast for. Absolutely. And, that's why people are recognizing the work and seeing it. So yeah, the shit was dope, man. I'm glad you actually brought that back up, because I was just thinking back through it. I was like, man, like I really had a negative connotation around just getting the award.
An award, yeah. It. But is the negative connotation because you felt as though you didn't deserve it yet? Because you didn't find that fourth?
No. It's not even about I didn't deserve it yet. It's just like, it's like if it's not a Grammy or an Oscar, right. It's like, what am I? Yeah, but it's like this shit is more important than a Grammy or Oscar. Like
your people chose you for this.
And it's not even just that. It's like, the work we're doing is impactful for the community. Like when we did the Juneteenth Leimert Park block party, like that was a dope moment for the community. Right. Like we brought Smino, Masego, Kamasi Washington, Terrence Martin all on that stage in Leimert Park in the middle of Crenshaw with no problems. Like all type of gangs in the building, but like everybody kind of respected the moment.
Right.
And Amazon Music was a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, that it's not lost on me, but I'm glad that BMAC recognized that and it wasn't lost on the culture, the community.
Right.
So yeah.
Big moment. Showed up in a tux. Never seen it. Josh didn't even show up in a tux to my own wedding.
Hey man.
He was fresh at the wedding though.
Yeah, we dropping this. We dropping this on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm probably wait to drop my pics. I might drop my pic on Monday though. I got the tux pics. Hey, I'm telling you, bro.
You've waited because you reposted them, but you haven't posted your own.
Shout out to Sierra. She posted them. She broke the internet with that one. But yeah, man, I killed them with the tux, man. Not the black Air Forces.
Black Air Forces. Why the black?
Yeah.
Because the shoes I got, I rented my tux first of all. Lame, I know, but I rented my tux and the shoes I got were terrible. And I had these black Air Forces that Allen did with the airbrush on them. And I was just like, sure.
Keep it LA.
And it's just my style. Like, I wear Air Forces. Like, it's funny. I saw, I mentioned this on I think the BlkPrint. I saw a little baby. Little baby was there. His table was across from us and his homie had on some white Air Forces. And we like looked at each other and just gave like the little
get the nod.
black man head nod. But yeah, no, the tux was a good touch. I might go buy a tux and just, integrate that into the wardrobe.
I gotta get a black tux too.
Go ahead and get your rosewood on, man.
Yeah,
that was what a fucking era. I hate that shit.
I'm honestly gonna get like a black tux and a couple suits, and I might just start wearing like every 2 weeks. I might just bust a suit at the office. Nigga, you know how crazy it would be if I came into Amazon with the suit on.
Better watch out. They might enact that.
No, on God, I'm about to change the game. I'm about to just start popping on the suit.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, like niggas, because I be seeing niggas in the suits and they don't be swagging the suits. Like it either be like giving Steve Harvey or
it's a bad cut.
What era Steve Harvey though?
It be giving like chopper suit Steve Harvey.
Yeah, this era Steve Harvey.
No, that's what I'm saying. They be giving chopper suit Steve Harvey, or they be looking like professional athlete, like draft day. Like nah, y'all niggas got to wear the suit with a little swag. Like I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna put y'all on some shit.
Hey, one more thing before we're already almost. Yo, this fucking hour flies by, but we still got B-sides. But before we get out of here, man, I know this is gonna be a hot button issue of the week. After all that positivity,
I know
we got to talk about this Ime Udoka shit, man.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to my nigga Udoka, man.
No, that's not shout out my nigga Udoka. Let's not shout out our nigga Udoka, bro.
Shout out my nigga Udoka, man. I salute people for they on court talents.
They court talent to be a fucking creep.
Off the court, I don't know what you did. Nobody won't tell me.
That is true.
So we don't know. I don't know what you did. I know you took your team to the championship last year. I know you're in the second year. They lost you some money too. You're in the second year of your deal. They suspended you. That's kind of whack. I don't know the facts. I know you were messing around with someone you work with, supposedly. I don't know what happened to the person you work with.
And that's the issue too, is that like this relationship talk shit is so in the dirt. Like I feel like a lot of this shit we just shouldn't even know.
Yeah, we shouldn't know, and I just feel like everyone's like, oh, how could you cheat on Nia Long? You cheat on Nia Long.
Oh, like, that's the part I want to talk
my thing is like, anybody can get cheated on.
Yeah.
Like, Nia Long probably wasn't like present enough for him in the relationship in some type of way. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe he's just a creep. That's probably it's probably it. But
and it's not up to us to like psychoanalyze that type of shit. And I feel like social media gets such in a tizzy, like, where it's like, oh my God, it's Nia Long. She's such this goddess. I'm like, yeah, for you. Like, you've never been with this person before.
My thing is like, man, y'all really, this is B-sides for me to even say. Like, I really see, if you pay for B-sides and or Patreon, you're going to get this type of shit all the time. I'm going to give it to you right now, a little taste.
Oh my God.
Please, no, hold on. How old? Grab the tables, because I don't know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
I just want to know how old Nia Long is. And then I just want to, like, she's, however old she is, did she got a kid with him?
Yes, 2.
2 kids with him?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's with him?
Yes.
I know she has a kid. Or she got 2 kids with him. He ain't married. How many kids she got in general?
Let me check.
Nia Long,
Nia Long is 51 years old.
51 years old. Nobody married her, man. I don't know if Nia Long is that compatible. Like, I don't know.
Oh, they have one son.
Yeah, they got one son. That's what I thought. Okay.
That was 2.
So, but how many she got? She got
2.
She got
a son from previous.
Yeah. Somebody cheated on Nia Long before this. A couple niggas. A lot of niggas. Nia Long, this ain't the first time Nia Long been cheated on. So,
but this is the first time it was like this crazy. Like the person who he cheated on her with was booking her travel and flights.
Hey, bro, it probably ain't the first time for that. Like, nigga, this shit ain't that uncommon.
That's true. I'll say that is true.
And Nia Long ain't above getting cheated on.
And I think people are gonna hit you with you got to protect black women shit, and it's absolutely. But this is not an anomaly for anyone.
What are we protecting black women from? You want me to protect black women from every nigga that's trying to cheat on her?
In this instance,
that's crazy. If y'all hold on one second. If protect black women entails protect a black woman from every nigga that's trying to cheat on them, I don't know if I'm. That.
Obviously, I feel as though their lives are way more important. You know what I'm saying? Like, protecting them from like financial ruin and getting better jobs. Shit. Yeah, I'm for that.
I'll protect it from that, but from niggas cheating, I think I got like a Brotherhood pact. I think it's like, I don't know if that supersedes. I don't know if that supersedes.
Oh, but here's the thing. It happens. It happens to men. It happens to women. Josh, your girl about to kill your ass, bro.
I'm gonna talk. It's crazy. Me and my girl have healthy conversations about shit like this.
Did you guys have a conversation about this?
We did actually.
Okay.
I was listening to some sports thing and she saw it and she was asking me just what happened.
Yeah.
We didn't get in depth about it, but she was just like, she get it. Anybody could get cheated on.
Yeah. And I think that's what we need to take away from this. Anyone could get cheated on. And it turns into he is the lowest scum of the earth because he did something that literally millions of people do every single day.
Is this the first time she's been cheated on?
I don't know.
See,
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. And then the thing is, this happened to like be at the top of a powder keg of a lot of different cheating allegations. There's a comic named John Mulaney. There's a guy from Try Guys that cheated on his wife.
Adam Levine.
Yeah, Adam Levine. A bunch of and my thing is this: like Adam Levine shit's crazy because. Okay, yes, there's such thing as doing that type of emotional cheating. Yeah. Yes, I believe in that. Yes, you can do that. He didn't take it. My thing with this is like maybe I'm old fashioned. It's like you got to actually like take that to the next stage. Like you could be wrong, but like absolutely he should get in trouble for that. But I don't think he should be looked at like
he should be villainized.
Number one. Yeah, like that's crazy.
Be public knowledge, but like I mean, it sucks because like nigga might send a DM, might say something like nigga might slip up and say some risky shit in the DM. Especially
Josh, that's a little more than a slip up.
I'm just saying. Well, yeah, he was DM. Yeah, he was going crazy.
Multiple DMs.
But I'm just thinking like you've been in a relationship for a long time, or you haven't. Whatever, your relationship ain't as solid as it should be. It ain't as it should be.
Yeah.
You might say some things, but you don't take it to the next level. It's like, fuck, like, damn.
Are we the type of guys? Are we the type of guys? And I'm gonna bring you in on this too, MC. Are you the type of guys that like what is your limit of cheating? Like, what is your like? We're sounding very, very like the every black man in podcast shit part, but it's like we never talked about this before. I need to know this. Like, what is your like? Okay, level of cheating. Okay, so level 5 is like physical. Level 1 is just like flirting. Like, what do y'all think?
It's kind of case by case, honestly speaking. It depends on.
Why are you trying to get the sexy voice on this?
No, I'm not. Am I?
Was that a sexy voice? You were like,
So Kevin James.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
I don't think I was. Okay, was that WBLS right there?
Yeah, you sound normal now.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
Pause. Just for spelling out WBLS. Pause.
Wait, what? Pause.
W-Balls?
Only you were thinking of W.
That's what it stands for.
Only you were thinking of W-Balls just now.
I literally
Is that not what it stands for?
WBLS is a huge radio station in New York City.
Nobody listen to that shit.
You just can't.
Nobody listens to Kiss FM, Josh?
W-Balls is the shit from the
W-Balls.
Not W-Balls from Doggy Style.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yo,
anyway, continue.
I honestly...
We might have to cut that.
I can't.
No,
we're leaving that.
I'm about to cut that.
We're for sure keeping that. It really does matter. It really does depend, though. Case by case, I can't really, put a...
What level is Adam Levine?
That's just being insanely horny. I don't know if it, gets into the area of where we are on social media of making him as big of a villain as he is right now, but that's being insanely horny.
Because one of the things is the comic John Mulaney, he's like this white dude who always talks about his wife. And people are like, okay, he talks about his wife in his stand-ups, and then when he's up cheating on her, and I'm just like, yeah, well, a lot of niggas do shit like that. Like,
yeah,
how can we villainize them for? Who made it? Idoka to me is like a 12, 13, 14, 15 on the cheating scale. Because he was like, that there was a report that said that people were shocked that he even got the job because he was so horny.
Yeah, and there's it's really muddy waters right now of what's happening with eBay.
She was with him for 10 years, yo.
Who, Nia Long?
Yeah. 10 years. Okay. Stop me if I might be wrong here. Do you think she knew something?
He might have cheated before. I'm telling y'all, like, this is the
Had
thing.
to, right?
This ain't the first time this nigga cheated. That's why they not married. Like, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 for y'all, man. We're on the BlkPrint. They got a kid together. They're not married. He's well off. She's well off. Why y'all not married? Why y'all got a kid together? Y'all still, you just moving in with him. You just moving to fucking Boston this season. Like, come on, like, y'all, if y'all really want to analyze this relationship, like, y'all really want to analyze, like, I was trying to protect black women. Like,
what happened to protect black women?
Like, I'm just telling y'all what it is. Like, it sounds like they got together. They like each other. They really love each other.
Yeah.
They had a kid. He might have been cheating before they had the kid.
Yeah.
Let me just give you a quote unquote fake scenario. This is how this shit be going. This is how I be seeing these type of situations.
This could be real life. This could be real life.
This is
real life.
Doku. This is just, Josh Pease. Not Josh Pease. It's somebody else. Josh Squeeze.
Josh Squeeze. That's a pause. No, that's a pause.
All right.
No, that's a pause.
Mark laughing into my mic right now. This is crazy. So, all right. You dating a girl. You might have cheated on her. You cheated on you, like, y'all dating, y'all is super serious. You cheat. Yeah. Y'all get back together. I ain't gonna never do it again. Yeah. Y'all have a kid. The kid is supposed to help make this foundation a little stronger. It's not supposed to, but people use that as what happens. Yeah, it happens. The foundation's stronger now. You want to cheat on me now? You got a kid.
You don't have no time to.
Yeah. So now you got the kid. Y'all raising the kid, figuring this shit out. Y'all still ain't got married. I don't know why. Well, we don't know why. You get the job. Oh, stressful job. You know what I'm saying? Now he in Boston. Oh, move. We had a successful season. We went to the Super Championship. A lot of white women in Boston. Yeah, went to the championship, baby. Now you can move out here with us. It's come on, like, the relationship wasn't that solid. So he might have cheated before. Yeah. She's definitely been cheated on before. Everybody's been cheated on before. Yeah, I might have been cheated on before.
I definitely been cheated on before. Like,
I don't know if I've been cheated on before. I don't know for a fact that I've been cheated on before. I'm keeping 1,000. Like, I don't think I've been cheated on, bro.
Yeah, that you know of.
I really don't think so. I would, if any of my past lovers out here
would
listening,
that hurt? If you've been cheated on before, Josh, would that hurt? Like, how bad would that hurt?
Right now, if I found out,
yeah,
you
would be really hurt.
If I found out right now,
yeah, you'd be really hurt.
I don't think I would be.
If your girl right now,
no, my current girl cheated on me. Oh, nigga, what? That'd be violence. I closed my laptop for that. Can't even imagine.
Yo, stomach drop like
the squeeze of his face.
Getting cheated on is whack. Cheating is whack. I've never been a cheater. I might have added Levine a little bit.
Holy fuck!
I might have did a little Adam Levine.
Holy fuck!
I can't see Josh doing the holy fuck.
I don't know if I did the holy fuck, but I might have.
I know Mark for sure did the holy fuck.
I mean,
See, B-sides might have to get this.
All right, we might have to take it to B-sides.
Yeah, because I was going to say some shit that I've done before. B-sides. See, subscribe, Patreon, $5.
This is the wine. This is definitely the wine talking right now.
It's not the wine, honestly. Like, I had a healthy lunch or breakfast earlier. I'm going to have a healthy lunch after. I'm sauced a little bit. But we here. And I just want to let y'all know that you should subscribe to the Patreon because, honestly, the stories I'm about to tell on the next side are actually really good.
So go ahead.
I was going to say, we actually do have a lot of brand new patrons to shout out for the month of September. Thank you so much for those that have joined. Shout out to Courtney, shout out to Matt, shout out to Chris, and shout out to Donnie as well. Thank you so much for joining the team.
Donnie Lucci?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Man,
it's happy birthday, Donnie, by the way. But yeah, so to end this off, he made Josh is smiling like he got some stories to tell. But I mean,
I'll just give y'all a hint. Well, y'all already had the hint. This whole little segment was a hint, but we're going to talk about cheating.
Yeah, so like my thing with that is, we could talk about cheating on B-sides, but I think in terms of just like social media, I think relationship talk is just in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just, you should know this shit, man. Like I just feel like it's so, even the way it was reported, it was just so like, something happened, we can't tell you though. And then they just disappear, right?
Woj was, that's the one thing that I don't like a lot about it, the way that Woj almost tried to present this until Shams completely undercut it, and now Matt Barnes is saying, oh, when y'all get the details of this, just know it's gonna shock the world. It's just like, come on, man. Let's just keep a lot of this analysis. A lot of this analysis doesn't have to go towards 240 character applications anyway, because it's just going to get really messy. But I think a lot of this, until we actually get the full details of everything that's what's going on with this, with what Boston is trying to find here, is going to be a little bit tough.
And that leads us to, hey man, we're at the end of the show. As Josh said, he is making sure that you try and go and subscribe to the fucking Patreon.
Yeah, I should.
Because it's real serious out here, man. We got some more stuff coming up. We got some video coming. Obviously, we're in a makeshift. We're in a makeshift. How you feel about the makeshift shit, MC?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I can't lie. For the past couple of minutes, I had to make sure that I completely silence myself so that I don't keep crying from Josh Squeeze. Josh Squeeze is
definitely a pause. I don't know what you were thinking. He can't even look at himself right now from the Josh Squeeze shit, bro. What was that, man?
Josh Squeeze. That's what the ladies call me.
And ladies are definitely not fucking calling you Josh Squeeze,
Absolutely.
bro. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm concerned if they're calling you Josh Squeeze.
I'm concerned about Josh just in general, off of just a regular, just off a regular. I want to play us out on one of my favorite albums from this summer that I've been playing all summer. But thank you everybody for listening. I think that it's very important that you get your mental health right. Get your mental health right at the end of this, especially at the end of this episode. But until next time, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, listen to Patreon. It's going to be coming out right after this. And thanks for MC for being here in LA. We're going to talk about some of his escapades in person.
Sure.
And then from there, Josh, are you good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm on text, bro.
All right,
I'm wide awake, bro.
You texted your girl like, did you cheat on me?
Come on, man. I don't get cheated on.
So until next time, thank you guys for listening to BlkPrint. See you guys next time.
USDA, let's go.
Young flying again, you can't stop our dough. USDA, that's how the click rolls. She'll stay shining, so act like y'all know. You can't stop these gangs. But you don't got it, so not forget dough. Riding clean, sitting up high on the stores. Copping 15 to back up our foes. You can't stop these gangs.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Let's start with a bop. Oof, you guys are gonna love this one.
Okay, callers, is the album worth a listen? It's so good. I bet you would love the intro. Let's play it.
Whoa, a win like that calls for some victory music.
Yo, we are back
in the building.
It's BlkPrint Radio.
Man, we in a new studio.
Yeah, we in a new studio spot right here. J5 here with Josh Pease. What's going on, Josh?
Josh Pease, aka I'm tired. That's my AKA this week.
New digs, new studio going down. If you listen to our Patreon, listen to us on Patreon, you'll be able to hear us and see us in this coming week. We also got MC here. What's going on, MC? Are you safe? Are you good out in Florida right now?
Fellas, I'm just glad that I'm not doing this week's show on a water raft, so I'm glad to be here, honestly.
That was dark.
You're not underwater?
Absolutely not. But of course, big shout outs to everybody in Tampa and Orlando holding this down. Thankfully, on the east side of Florida, we're just dealing with a tropical storm right now. It's a lot of wind, a lot of rain, but it's definitely better than no electricity. So we're just holding it down out here, honestly.
Hey man, glad you're safe. Glad you're here with us. We weren't sure. You was like, I don't know, fellas. It's looking bad, but you came through, and we're glad.
It was looking bad this morning, honestly. Once they said, "Yeah, this is about to strengthen and turn into a Category 5," I got a little bit nervous. So
risking your life for the pod, man. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you.
Salute.
Why not?
Salute to you. There you go. We got a special guest today.
Yeah, man.
I want to get right into it. I want to get right into it. We got a special guest.
Let's get into it, man. We got my guy, one of my good friends, Money Making, Matt.
Yo.
What's good, brother? What's good? Nah, Matt, Matt's one of the people I've been wanting to get on the show for a long time. I think when I thought about this show idea and just like how we wanted to highlight just people who were just doing it different ways, unconventional ways, behind the scene ways, Matt was one of those people I thought about. I think, just his career in music is just illustrious, working with, Dreamville and all the way up to Warner currently. And, you know, I just think he just has a special skill set that, you know, many people in the industry don't possess. I think being a producer, manager is really interesting. People always ask me to do that. I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. So, like, just the way he's, just the way you've kind of attacked that space and kind of made a name for yourself is something I've always been like, oh, that's, I can appreciate that. And I want other people to kind of see that and, you know, pattern themselves after. So, yeah, we got my man Matt in the building.
What an intro.
I know, right? But no, it's crazy when I thought about getting him on here before, like way back when we had this idea, I was like, yo, these are the type of people I want.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is congratulations, actually, Matt. You're not even 3 months at Warner, right?
Nah, it's probably been about like 10 weeks.
Jeez.
See? Yeah. So fresh over there. VP?
Vice President of A&R. Yep.
Hey, man.
There it go.
You hear it?
There it go.
Man, thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it. You know, I actually been harassing Josh. Like, man, when you gonna have me on the podcast? I want to get on. I want to talk that shit.
I think the threat of not seeing anyone in the itchy Marnie sweater is what really got us. What really got you on the show.
Man, I hate that damn sweater, but Josh makes it look good somehow.
Hey, man, you know, I got to do it. Somebody got to do it. I'm looking at these pictures right now, me in this tux, too. I'm just about to throw these on the gram real soon.
Oh, my
Shout out to just
God.
me wearing tux and looking fly.
We're going to talk about that this weekend, but geez.
What shoes are you wearing with that tux?
Oh, come on, man. Air Forces, black ones. I was about to rob everybody at that gala.
Hilarious. You had a push ice in your back pocket?
Bruh, it's so funny. I looked up and one of the little baby homies had on some white Air Forces.
Yeah.
We just kind of gave each other a head. Though.
Hey, you know, that is our dress shoe. That's like the nigga dress shoe, man. Like my whole wedding, everybody had white Air Forces on, man. You got to do it.
Like it out.
Hilarious.
So Matt, like, thank you for being on the show again, brother. But I think for people who don't know, like, what's your background? How'd you get into management, and what eventually led you over to Warner?
Oh man, producer management really kind of came from me. Really, just my first job in music was actually working at a studio in Burbank. It was called the Boom Boom Room, and it was Will Smith's studio actually. So I was like a runner and assistant there and worked the front desk and the phones and shit. So that's where I really like kind of started building relationships with producers and artists and different executives that were coming in and out of the studio all the time. And really just from being around so much of it, I would meet people, and there were so many producers I would meet to be like, man, I ain't got no manager. I don't know anybody that could help me with, you know, certain situations. And I also had an uncle who was a producer who, you know, vaguely as a child, I remember, you know, some of the times I would hear him complain about the music industry and the business of it and, you know, dealing with certain aspects of it. So it was just like, for me, I didn't have the talent to make beats. I tried for years when I lived in New York, where I would waste money buying MPCs and records and shit.
Everybody had that producer phase. I think, Josh, you never tried to make beats.
Nah, I tried to be a DJ. I was like, nah. And then I seen backstage. I'm like, that niggas ain't about to be hoeing me like DJ Clue.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody's tried one of the threes. Either a nigga tried to DJ, make beats, or rap.
Yes.
And then it was just like, for me, it was just like, you know, how can I be an asset to a producer without just being like, oh, I can make beats? And, you know, it came up to where it was just like management. And I really, funny enough, I got my first client after I like judged a beat battle. And, you know, one of my good friends, Jimmy Kendricks, came up to me and he was just like, bro, fuck with you. You know, I need some help. We linked and it just kind of worked out after that. And from there, it's just been bigger and bigger every fucking year. It's kind of insane to me that like people look at me as like, oh man, you're one of the better or the best producer managers. Cause I don't particularly look at myself like that. Like I always feel like there's somebody that's probably doing a better job than you. And there's some way you can always improve. But it's definitely humbling when people can tell you and they can identify the talent that you do have and be like, yo, nah, you're one of the good ones. So I always appreciate when that kind of gets recognized with me. And, you know, I'm just trying to help people at the end of the day. That's my biggest thing, is just trying to help creatives to where they can just stay being creative and they don't have to focus on some of the other bullshit that comes with, you know, being in the music industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a question because this I can think of mine vividly, but tell me about your first placement.
Ooh, my first placement. My first placement was with Heavy D, rest in peace. And that was my OG. And Hev used to always see me in the studio, and he used to always see me just grinding, whether it was listening to beats or giving producers that were in the studio records and samples and shit like that. And funny enough, one day he walked in the studio and he looked at his boy and one of my mentors, Omar Rambert, and was like, oh, he gonna be one of the good ones. He gonna be a president or vice president of one of these labels. So I guess I finally did that shit, Hev. But yeah, so that was my first placement. He had a reggae album that he was working on at the time. I want to say this was 06 or 07, and it was called Vibes. And he was like, Matt, I need some beats. You got some beats for me? And I was like, bro, I don't got no reggae beats. Like, I don't know. And he was just like, bro, I didn't ask for reggae beats. I just asked for beats. I'll make the song a reggae song. So I was like, okay, bet. So I actually hit my producer up that I was managing. At the time, I was only managing Jimi Kendrix. He was the only producer I had. And I was like, yo, Heavy D's working on a reggae album, and he wants some beats. And Jimmy, being from New York, was actually West Indian himself. So he was like, bet, I got some shit I think you can fuck with. Sent me over a pack of beats. And lo and behold, one of them shits made it. And then when I was working on the album still, I remember him telling me, he was like, Matt, this album is going to get nominated for a Grammy. And I was just like, how do you know this? Like, what do you mean? This, like, you just know? And he was like, trust me, it's going to get nominated for a Grammy. Lo and behold, a couple months later, the shit got nominated for Best Reggae Album. So my first place ended up being on a Grammy-nominated album, and it's just been up since, I guess.
Oh, man, that's a great story. That story would be even greater if you had gave him like a boom bap beat and he made a reggae song. Right. Because just the fact that he was...
The funny thing is, he gave me a gem that I still use and keep to this day. Is he was like, you know, obviously beats matter and can kind of dictate what the song is going to be. But at the end of the day, some of the hardest R&B songs are over rap beats, and some of the hardest rap beats or hardest rap songs are over R&B beats. Mm-hmm. He was like, it really don't matter. It's the artist and what they do with it and what they hear. Because a lot of times they'll hear some different shit than what we hear, even as A&Rs. Like, so it's just like, you know, just give people the best of what you got. And then if it's the right beat is going to the right artist, they'll figure that shit out.
Man, that's a real nugget.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to play one of the records you helped shepherd into the world on the break real quick. We're going to go to J. Cole, Middle Child, and we're going to be right back. Yeah, well, you got a story about that? You got a story about that?
Nothing crazy. I mean, I just introduced Minus and Cole. One day I ran into Minus. He was at the Interscope studio, and, you know, he was coming off of his hiatus, and he was getting back into motion, and I was just like, bro, I got to connect you with Cole. Put them guys on the email together. Then I think Middle Child was like the third record they made, and it's probably one of their biggest of both of their careers. So shout out to those guys.
Shout out to T Minus, shout out to J. Cole. We're going to play Middle Child. We'll be right back on BlkPrint Radio. Song out right now, man. That's Kodak Black. Spin.
I love that shit. Kodak is amazing,
bro. He I think one of the hardest working rappers out this year, man. He put out so much stuff this year.
Yeah, definitely.
So we
had to get out of jail. You got to drop.
Yeah, immediately. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like, and again, like I don't think he's put out anything weak either. Like it's been a pretty strong year for him. And I was like a Kodak, like I was skeptical for a minute. But the last album he put out, I was like, all right, man, I see it now. I get it.
Nah, I've actually loved Kodak from the first time I heard him. When I heard, I fucking forget the name of the song. He had a video where he was like running through the projects. It really sounded like some New Orleans shit. I thought he was from New Orleans.
Oh, no
I remember hitting my one of my best friend, Jason Cash. And I was like, you heard this nigga from New Orleans? He was like, nah, that nigga not from New Orleans. He's from Florida. And I was just like, oh. But I've just been a fucking fan ever since.
Yeah, no, I love Kodak because I feel like he's one of our most prolific poets of this generation. Like the shit he be saying, just like it kind of gets masked by just his ignorance and just his cadence and his melodies sometimes. But like he really be saying some insightful shit, and it's crazy because he's still so young.
Yeah,
like I don't even think he's 20.
He's not even 30.
Yeah, he's definitely not 30. He's like 26, 27 maybe. Yeah. So, man, shout out to Kodak. Stay out of trouble. Stop getting shot.
BlkPrint Radio, we back. Of course, J5 Josh P, special guest, Money Making Matt McNeil, still with us here. And Matt, you got a new gig. We talked about it before the break. VP at A&R. I mean, of course, got to drop a B&D for that. But did you feel like coming in? Like one thing we love to do on the BlkPrint is just kind of talk about the, what it's like to be in these types of positions, because, we're all creatives and we're all people that, we never really thought, we could make it to certain places that we've been at. Like, was there any like pressure that you felt, or was there any like something where it's like, yo, like one thing people talk about is like imposter syndrome and shit like that. Like, did you ever feel any type of pressure like that?
No, I mean, I felt like that maybe the first time I got like a corporate gig in the music industry, and that's when like I was a publisher at Universal. I remember my first day at Universal, I sat down at my desk and I thought about it, and I was just like, well, what the fuck do I do now? I kind of, not to say that I made it, because I hadn't made it at all, but it was just like, damn, I really got a job now, because for the longest, I would try to get people to hire me, and they wouldn't. They was just like, it's just a homie who'd be around. He was, at the time, I was running around with Hit Boy and Chase in the surf club. So it was just like, okay. And then Ethiopia actually gave me a job, and I was just like, well, fuck. And I remember looking at my client list, and when they give you your client list, it's in alphabetical order. So the first two names on my client list were 50 Cent and Ashanti. Sheesh. And I was just like, well, I got some real shit to do. I got to really be these guys' publishers. Like one of my other clients was Jim Jones, who I'm still cool with and talk regularly to all the time. So it's just like, in the beginning, yes, because it was like there was the pressure of I have to impress people that I've been a fan of since I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And now now they're my clients and I have to be of service to them. But I think I quickly lost that when it was just like, I actually know what I'm here for. I know what my talent is. And just being myself, I think that's always gotten me far. Just in terms, like I'm pretty consistent in terms of like, maybe Josh can confirm this, but like I'm pretty much the same person all the time.
Yeah, he's an asshole through and through, always.
1,000%. So, I think that, just being myself, knowing my talent, knowing my taste is, not everybody's going to be right, and I that's one thing I had to always remember is like, nobody in this shit is batting 1,000 in life, period, actually.
Yeah.
So I think that like understanding that is just like, you're going to make some mistakes, just make sure you learn from them. And that shit kind of evaporated pretty quickly, But coming into the Warner situation, I don't think I had much pressure on me just because I honestly feel like I was born to do this. I wanted to get back into the creating record space after leaving Dreamville and getting back into publishing for a short bit. But, I think making records is really my strong point, and being able to communicate with artists and help them paint their picture and helping them, put their color palettes together so that they can, have the best canvas possible to paint their picture is something that I've been strong with. I've done it multiple times. So it's not something that's like new to me. I'm not coming from a totally different background to where it's like, hey, now we want you to be an A&R. Mm-hmm. I've done it. I've done it at a high level. I've done it around some greats. So I don't think personally I didn't have any, like, there's the pressure of always like wanting to succeed and to put good work out there. But I don't think I was pressured in the sense of like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. I had that before. That was 12 years ago when I was working at Universal.
Right.
But now after doing it so many times, it's like riding a bike. You know what I mean? Like I can just get back in the studio and start figuring shit out with an artist. I think the biggest thing for me was I had been around Dreamville for so long. I had known all of the artists from basically the beginning of their careers. So it was easy for me to like gain their trust, They had obviously known what I did with Cole and what my role at the company was. So they easily leaned on me. And now the harder part is coming into, an artist mid their career. They've been signed to Warner already. And it's like, this is your new A&R. This is what he's done. And now they're looking at me like, well, okay, well, give me one of them. And it's just like, all right, well, it takes a while to get there, but, it's really just, learning new artists, learning new people, learning their team. Honestly, even learning a new system at Warner, because so much of my career I had been dealing with the Universal system, and I knew that shit like the back of my hand. I knew who to call when I needed something. Yeah. And coming over to Warner is just like, oh, these are all brand new people. So I think that was kind of the more difficult part, was just getting a lay of the land and learning who's who do I call for this, who do I call for that. But other than that, it's, like I said, it's riding a bike. I can make records and help artists all day long.
Man, no, I love that. You touched on 2 points that I want to kind of go back to. First, I just was really curious of what do you think are the differences between being at a publisher and then being at a label? And then the second you can kind of go right into is just like, your relationship with artists. I think that's something that is a crucial key to being, in the A&R department. And a lot of A&Rs don't have that repertoire with artists. So just tell me how you built that, and just like how you built that trust up with them.
So for me, the difference between the publisher and the label A&R is, one's a buyer and one is a seller. So as a label A&R, I'm hitting producers like, I need records for this person. I need records for this person. I have a concise list of the artists that I'm working with, to where it's like, this is what my priorities are. This is what we need. And I can call any and everybody to get the records. As a publisher, I'm a seller. So I'm getting all the information I got from the labels, from management teams, to be like, this is who's working. This is what they need. And then I'm going back to my publishing roster and saying like, okay, these are the records I need. I need these type of beats for this person. I need these type of beats for this person. This artist is having a camp. So that's really the difference. It's just like, one is a buyer and one is a seller. And then obviously on the label side, like on the publishing side, I really have no control after that though. Like, it's either you're pitching the records and they either want it, and then you connect them with management and they handle the business and do whatever. And you just make sure you get all of the split information turned in so that they can start collecting. But after that, it's kind of like all hands are off. As a label A&R, I have to see the process through from the beginning to the end. So it's getting the record cut, getting it mixed, getting it mastered, turning everything in, making sure all the splits are in, connecting with marketing to see what the focus records are, shooting the videos and the short content, to where it's just like, okay, it's really from A to Z. Where with the publishing side, I'm really just an asset, to where it's like I'm coming in, doing some shit, and then I'm out. I got other shit to focus on. And they both have their benefits. As a publisher, I know everything is going on at every label. So it's just like, okay, bet I can tell all of my guys, like, this is what's going on at Sony, this is what's going on at Universal, this is what's going on at Warner. As a label A&R, I'm focused on my label. I don't personally give a fuck what's going on at these other labels. Because it's like, I'm focused on my team and making sure that we're performing and we're getting, good shit out. So I think that is kind of the difference. But I also have more control in terms of, what's going to make the album, in a sense. Not to say that I'm picking the songs personally, but my opinion is considered when we're putting these things together. Whereas as a publisher, they don't want my opinion. They just want my records. They want my producers. They want my songwriters to come in and help them. And then they'll go ahead and put their records out. So that's really the main difference. And on the artist side, I think my relationships have always been strong with artists, because I always look at, once I find somebody that I fuck with and I like, and we have, like personalities, then it makes it easy for me to really kind of like mesh with them. Like, we can really hang out outside of just the studio. And I think that's really what kind of matters, is just like, you really want to become friends with these people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, that way you can understand them. You can understand what type of mood they're in, or when something is going on in their life, when it's like, okay, bet something's going on with this artist and his girlfriend or his kids. So maybe we need to lean into that and see if there's something there that we can make a song about. they can make something touching or some shit, or maybe the person is just a turned up ass teenager and we need to figure out how we, portray his lifestyle to these other kids that want to be a part of that and they want to see that and want to live like that. So when you can really connect with a person and you have similar likes and taste levels and shit like that, that's when I feel like you get the best out of your artist, because you kind of already know without it being said. And like with the Cole situation, it always worked because I've known Cole since I was 17. We went to college together. And not even, and I tell people this all the time, we weren't even like best friends in college. Like, not to say that we're best friends now, but that's one of my brothers in life now. But like, we really connected after college when we figured out we were both trying to figure this music industry shit out. And obviously him as an artist, me as an executive. And when he started coming to LA and hanging out, and I would go to New York and just hang out, and we would just be able to talk, whether it was in the studio or out of the studio or on tour. And it was just like, okay, bet we have similar taste levels. We have similar goals. And it's just like, okay, we can figure this shit out. You know what I mean? And I can help you in terms of like, these are the producers I think you should work with. I can introduce you to a Jake One at the right time. I can introduce you to a Hit Boy at the right time, or I can introduce you to a T- at the right time, and really kind of be like, okay, this is who I think you need to go fuck with right now. Because I just have an understanding of where he is, what he's looking for, and what we both feel like the next step needs to be. And that just comes from being around people, to be honest, and just spending time with them and clicking just as friends. And then as friends, we can obviously turn the friend switch off and be like, okay, bet we're in the studio, we're making a record, and this is who I think you should be fucking with. Or this is an artist I think you need to get with. It's funny, when I was listening to Middle Child, when he played it, he obviously shouts out Drake in the beginning. And me and my best friend Chase kind of made it a mission to make sure that these two niggas were cool, because everybody was like pitting them against each other, like who's gonna be Jay-Z, who's gonna be Nas. And we were like, that shit is kind of corny. Like, these niggas are completely different. They're not, neither one of them is gonna be Jay-Z, neither one of them is gonna be Nas. They're gonna be Drake and they're gonna be J. Cole. And I remember Polo the Don had a skate party one night and they were both in LA, and we just like schemed some shit. He was like, bro, you call Cole and have him come to the skate party, and I'm gonna have Drake pull up. And I think we got there with Cole early. Drake pulled up a little bit later. And as soon as Drake got there, we just had them niggas talk, to where it was just like they was able to just hang out, exchange information. And, they obviously were like kind of fans of each other already, but we didn't want any of that stupid media shit and shit in the blogs to kind of get in their heads early.
That gets hyped up like a lot of the time with big artists like that. It's like you want to pit them together. And I think I always say, like, do people really want to see J. Cole and Drake beef, or Kendrick and J. Cole beef? Like, that's not good for just the way people listen to music now. It just doesn't make sense.
Right. It was different. It was different in the early 2000s era when, it was like creating the drama. Now that we know so much about these people, because remember when Ja Rule and 50 Cent were beefing, we really knew nothing about the real beginning and why that shit was. It was just entertainment to us. We didn't know how dangerous that shit really was for them. I didn't even know until I started working for 50, and he would tell me stories. And I would just be like, Jesus, this is insane, actually. But now that we know so much about these people, it would be lame to see that shit, to where it's just like, y'all are both cool niggas. Neither one of y'all are into like any shit that would actually clash with the other person. So we would rather hear records with Drake and Kendrick, or Drake and Cole, or Kendrick and Cole, than see dudes beef about shit. Like, because at the end of the day, we would know, like, okay, what, y'all gonna really fight when you see each other? Probably not.
Yeah, no, it's funny, man. I'm glad y'all made that mission happen, because, like, I always thought that beef was just so contrived and just like,
it's forced.
Yeah, it's forced. It's like Cole isn't really that guy. Drake is definitely one of those, like, I want to be the best rapper, and he kind of has that energy. But even him kind of beefing with someone isn't something he'll first do. And I think that was just like, just the internet media pitting them against each other, rather than, and just fans too. I think fans are the cause of a lot of that shit.
A lot of it was just writers, to where it was just like, oh, we have to crown the next generation, and these two seem to be ahead of the pack. But it's just like, don't pit the niggas against each other. And also, leave Jay-Z and Nas out of it. Let these guys become who they're meant to be, not try to have them live up to some expectation that another artist has created in a totally different time and era. You know what I mean? Like it's funny. I think about it all the time. Sometimes it's like Cole and Drake both started out when we were still pressing up CDs. Mm-hmm. And now we're in a totally different space where my laptop don't even have a CD player.
Man.
So, and now we're in like, there's so many artists now that have never had CDs put in stores because stores don't even sell them. Like, so it's weird to say that. And that's why, honestly, Middle Child is such a great song for Cole, because it's like he literally was like put in that middle era, like the middle of the transition of the music industry, both of them, to where it's like, damn, niggas was really pressing up CDs. I remember going and buying 20 J. Cole Sideline Story CDs and just handing them out to kids on the street on my corporate card, because I was just trying to get my nigga numbers up. So I was just like, but I can't even do that no more. I got to just grab somebody's phone and stream a song a million times if I'm trying to help. But, you know, it's completely different. But, yeah, no, that was definitely something that me and Chase made, like, a definite, like, we're going to make sure these niggas are friends. Like, we're not going to let some writers pit them against each other because of some stupid shit of what they want to see happen. Like, that shit was whack to us.
This is a great story. Thank you, man. Those are some great fucking stories, bro. I was just locked in. Sorry about that.
All good.
We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna play. We're gonna play some ESTG, man. You heard that ESTG album?
I haven't yet. I haven't.
Well,
all I know is Designer is very mad at ESTG.
Oh, he's very upset. then he walked it back in like an hour. So, but I would say don't listen to it if you're angry that day, because you'll definitely go commit something.
Listen, these days, Angry Matt is kind of like non-existent unless you really start playing with my clients or my money. So, I mean, I can listen to it. Fuck it.
All right, we're going to go into ESTG, The Realest, featuring Jeezy on BlkPrint Radio. We'll be right back. Happy 40th birthday, Lil Wayne. A GOAT right there.
I can't believe he's 40 years old.
Dog, I feel like he's been 30 like for 10 years.
He looked like he's 60. But it's crazy that he's 40.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part, man. I'm just glad he's still here enjoying his life, man. Legend.
So that was Shine Off the Carter. Actually, I gotta ask, what's everybody's favorite Lil Wayne albums?
500 Degrees.
500 Degrees.
Mine was a dedication, the first one.
You could say, we
I mean, I'm just going there. I mean, if we got to go album, then there'll probably be Carter 2.
Carter 2, yeah, for sure. What about you, MC?
So that'd be either 2 or 3. 3 just came off like 2007, which was, well, it came out in 2008, but 07, one of the greatest years I think I've ever seen somebody rap before, honestly. It just felt like he was over the entire world at that time.
Oh, yeah, he was fucking everywhere. I don't know, man. I really like Carter 2. I will say one thing. I don't know if it's controversial. I think we overhated Carter 4, yo.
There's definitely records on Carter 4. A lot of records that he actually does live. I can tell he really likes Carter 4 a lot just off how many live records that he performs when he does his shows.
Or that he just remembers those the most. It
could be that too.
Like, I said that?
Carter 4 had a run, man. I mean, I think one of the last like event albums that ever came out. Like, he had just got out of jail, people waiting for it. He had Andre 3000 pop up. Nobody even knew that he was going to be on the album. And then had him with Tech 9. That's still to me one of the most weirdest like two people on the song.
Carter 4, did that have the Future and Drake song on there?
Yeah. That was
I'm Not a Human Being too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, Carter 4, I didn't really like. That was like the How to Love album.
Yeah,
that's all I think of that when I think of it.
That was it. That was a hit. Oh, but
John
go ahead.
John was on there. John was on there with Rick Ross. One of the best rap songs. Oh man,
for Florida niggas.
Ross,
for Florida niggas.
For Florida niggas, there's no way everybody loves that Wayne and Ross song. It has to be.
I'm not gonna lie, that's on my like airport playlist.
Okay.
Why is that song called John again?
John Lennon.
John Lennon.
Yeah, John Lennon. Yeah.
I had no idea of that.
If I die today, bury me. Because they took the I'm Not a Star line. Yeah. It's basically just I'm Not a Star remix.
That's what it should have been called. Like,
I'm not a Star Part 2 for sure.
Yeah. MC, you had a question for Matt?
Yeah, I did, Matt. I feel like over the past few years, as we talked about how social media can stir up things in beef, I just feel like social media has given such an inflated view of how the music creation works and how the process is. In your opinion, what's the biggest misconception that you've seen about the process online?
I think the biggest misconception about the creation probably is this whole industry plant conversation. Like, I don't feel like you create fan bases for people. Like, I don't know how people expect to be signed or found these days. Like, but I don't feel like people are planted in the industry to just be successful, whether it be Russ or Ice Spice. Or just like, no, they found a niche or they got a cosign and got popping and kept the shit going. And some of them don't keep the shit going. But I think that's the biggest misconception, that there's just like this underlying group of people in the industry that are like, these are the artists that we're going to like. They're really following the trends. Like, we don't know what trends are going to fuck with or not, to be honest. Like, we're all kind of throwing darts in the dark, trying to see what sticks when we turn the fucking light on. And it's just like, I think that's the biggest misconception of like how artists are created these days. It's like, no, we have the freedom now and the technology now to be able to create without a major studio anymore. Like, you can literally create an album in your bedroom. And now you have avenues and tools to put your music out and to market your music to your fans without having to get a major label to back you at first. Where before, even to just record a song, you had to know somebody at a recording studio. Then you had to know an engineer. And then to get to a point where you can get it out there, it's just like, only thing niggas had was the radio. You couldn't find nobody to press up no CD for you. Like, it's going to be out in Times Square asking niggas to buy your shit. Like, it's just like, so I feel like people discount what technology has done for the creatives to allow them the freedom to build a fan base without having to convince a major label A&R that they're worth it because they don't have any proof of this shit yet. Now I can put my proof out there and say, look, I put this song out. It got 50,000 downloads on SoundCloud, and I gained 10,000 followers on Instagram in a month. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you obviously have some traction there. It's not that people are just like, oh, we're just going to go find some white kid from Orlando and make him a superstar. Like, shit don't work like that.
It ain't the Backstreet Boys no more.
No, it's not. Like, exactly. It was more of that back then than it is now. Like, as much as we want to talk shit about people like this, like Lil Pump, for instance, like, for whatever reason, the same way niggas is posting period shit, people was fucking with the little Gucci shit, bro. Like, as much as we knew he wasn't a great artist, and niggas was fucking with the Gucci record that he had. I don't even know the name of the shit no more.
It's called Gucci Gang.
So it's just like, people was fucking with it. Whether they was making fun of it, you was reposting the shit, you was talking about it, it was a topic of conversation. What you think, somebody's not going to try and monetize off of that?
I ain't even going to front. Lil Pump sent Anwar a crazy record for his album. Crazy record. This shit is actually really fucking good.
So shout out Lil Pump. I hope he gets back out here. You know,
hey, man.
Like, but you know, I think that people discount the power of technology and what it's allowed creatives to do in terms of just taking their career in their own hands. Like, it's not. It's like you said earlier, it's not the Backstreet Boys anymore. It's not where I can just go take 5 kids from different parts of the country, put them in a group, put them with the best top songwriters, because we don't know if people are going to buy into that. Like, the only place that works right now is Korea with shit like BTS.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, other than that, where kids are very smart, man. Like, right. People underestimate how smart kids are and how much their taste levels have even increased. Like I see little kids on planes working iPads better than their parents. So it's like, they know how to find what they like very easily. YouTube is a very easy thing for a child to navigate. And then once you add the shit on the side where it's like, well, if you like this, you're probably going to like this. Like, don't discount how smart kids are and don't discount how powerful technology is, because these algorithms be smart as fuck. Right. They know if you like a couple of things, then you're going to like these other couple of things. Like I've had to recently get into fucking TikTok just to kind of be aware of what shit is going on, because it wasn't something that I was like running to get on. Like I was really cool with stopping at Instagram, but it was like, okay, bet can't be a vice president of a label and not know how to work TikTok. I'd be a real asshole if I did that.
Hey, listen, I got some friends that could send you some crazy TikToks daily. My good friend Cyrus, he could get you right.
Oh no, please no.
I'm scared of that. Like TikTok is a very scary place, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw niggas making NyQuil chicken, I was just like, this is a little different.
But I think a lot of that, and you're right, like kids and the youth are very much like pushing this shit forward. And that's why when I look at some people in media, like they get so territorial almost about what they consider the sanctity and purity of music. It's like, bro, like you guys are behind. Like there's kids that know what you guys should be listening to and what you should be talking about.
Nah, that's real shit. I remember when I was a kid, I was probably the first of my, I get all of my musical tastes from my older cousins. I would steal their CDs and tapes as a kid, listen to them shits, figure out what I liked and what I didn't like. And I was the first person to bring Eminem in. And I was listening to the Slim Shady LP like crazy. And I remember my cousins would look at me like, you fucking with this white boy? Like, what the fuck is you doing? 3 years later, come Marshall Mathers LP or however long it was after that, they was like, oh man, that guy's kind of fucking good. You was right. And it's like, yes, I'm the kid. You guys were adults at the time, and you get stuck in your ways as an adult. Even me to this day, you can ask my trainer. Anything I'm listening to when I work out, it probably came out between the time I was in high school and the time I was in college. I'm kind of set in my ways now. As much as like it's still my job to go out and discover new shit and be a part of it and help create new artists, in my downtime and just my personal time, I'm still gonna go back to my favorite songs that I know word for word.
Then you ain't going to the Yeet. You ain't listening to Yeet, bro.
I'm not fucking with Yeet on my personal time. I'm not saying it might not be a good business decision, but I'm just saying on my personal time, that's not something that I'm gonna go to. It's the same. I used to wonder why when I'd be in the car with my dad, I'm always listening to these old ass oldies. And then I realized this is the shit he was listening to when he was in high school and in his early 20s. And then you kind of get stuck in that. This is what I like. You know what I mean? Right. Like, it's kind of like food. If a nigga like chicken tenders and he see chicken tenders on the menu, he ordering that shit. I don't care what restaurant he at. If the nigga see chicken tenders and fries, it's like, okay, bet, that's what I like. I'm getting that.
Yeah, but it's a difference between chicken tenders and then like NyQuil chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of
it's a complete difference. But I'm just saying, like, as much as your taste level can elevate, like shit, mine has been. I used to tell people I don't eat raw fish. I had tuna tartare a couple weeks ago and I lost my mind. And I was like, bro, what have I been missing?
That's like the worst of the raw fish, though. I do not fucking tuna tartare. I hate that shit.
Listen, bro. It was my introduction, my G. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to figure it out. But at the same time, they didn't have chicken tenders on their menu. If they'd had chicken tenders, I probably wouldn't have touched that fucking tuna.
No, and again, like I feel like the tastes are changing, the mood is changing. Me and Josh had a conversation a couple of months ago about the TikTok thing because he said something that got people riled up about where TikTok was in the place of how people market this music. And again, like it's time to kind of shed that and come up with some new strategies. Has that changed? Has TikTok changed your strategies too, Josh? I've never even asked.
Yeah, absolutely. I think on the marketing side, that's where eyes are. I think, as technology progresses and we get new tools and more platforms, like it's definitely going to change your strategy. And I think, if you haven't changed your strategy as a marketer, then you're behind. You're lost already. So yeah, absolutely.
Bro, there's so much content for these kids to absorb. Short form media is the leading way to do it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, these kids ain't about to sit up and watch a 3-minute music video no more. The only way you're going to get them to watch a 3-minute music video is if you've saturated their mind with enough short form media to make them feel like, oh, I want to go watch this video now. Because I done seen so many different clips of it teased to me in these different spaces to where now I got to see what this fucking music video is about. But ain't nobody running to YouTube to be like, the Beyonce video dropping today.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to watch basically damn near the whole music video on TikTok before they get to the point of saying, oh, I'm going to want to watch this whole video now.
Oh, I've adapted those habits. Like, you know, me with videos now, it's like if I watch the clip on Instagram, then I've watched the video.
Because they play the best parts in the trailer.
It's the best part. And sometimes you might get the full video on Instagram. Like, they might post the full 3 or 2 minutes or so. Yeah, and I think now artists and just labels and just music in general, I think they're more inclined to give you you know, they will want you to watch the 30-second clip 15 times rather than watch the full video. Like, I think the way they're trying to give you music and see music to you is just more in a short form way. And, you know, you just got to be able to adapt and play that game. And I love, like, I've come to really love TikTok. Like, I use it as like a Google search engine. I'll go in there and be like, you know, how to fry fish, and I'll get a million different instructions.
Real shit. I definitely have. Like, at first I was just like, okay, I don't understand. How does it pick what I want to watch? Because I'm not literally following people like that on TikTok. And then as I got into like doing the searches more for certain shit, even whether it's just searching for songs or something to see like, okay, what are people doing when they're listening to Boston Richie? Or what is their interaction with TikTok or with these various songs? Like, it's taught me a lot, even like, and I'm not a marketer, but it even just tells me how people are ingesting this music and what they want to do. Like, motherfuckers want to be able to do a little quick 15-minute. I don't know if it's dancing or what it is, but like, if they can't do that to a song, to them right now, it's probably not a hit.
Right. And we just played a Lil Wayne song, and I mentioned it while we were on break. I said, damn, this song long as fuck. It's just 3/16.
Listen, I used to post shit on Instagram on my little stories. If you follow me, you know, sometimes I'll just post random thoughts in text because I got suspended from Twitter, so I can't post them on Twitter anymore. So now I have to use Instagram to be my Twitter. But that's here nor there. But I used to always be like, man, bring back the third verse. And I don't know if I want third verses anymore.
I definitely don't.
I don't mind a third verse if it's fire. I think, you know, Jay has some great third verses in his career where he just came and just like, all right, like I'm about to burn the building down. Drake is very much like that too. And Cole, I think the great ones do that. And, you know, I want a third verse from them. Artists nowadays barely give you a second verse. So I don't even think we have to worry.
Yeah, I mean, I even see some of the most popular artists not even give us like a first verse. I think one thing I never noticed, like that Callum and Future song with SZA, like he don't got a verse on that. Like that first verse, he don't say nothing.
It's like 3 bridges.
Yeah.
Not for real. Like the conversation of song structure has completely changed. Like you can't even think about it where it used to be like, okay, intro, verse, hook, verse, maybe a bridge going into a hook. Like it was just like these kids do what they want. Like they'll do a hook in the beginning and then do a 24 bar verse, and then they'll do another hook, and then I'm out of here. And then you're kind of like, damn, where's the hook at?
Yeah, I feel like that all the time. Like artists I work with to this day, I'm just like, bro, like you got to give me something that I can chant or sing. Like if you can't give me a hook, then I don't know what you're doing. Like you just it's like poetry.
One of your favorite artists kind of eliminated that, Josh. Like Future made hooks many verses.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can do that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is too? I feel like Future has a great grasp of melody where it's like he might be giving you, it might seem like he just is stream of conscious, but he's giving you different melodies where it's like, all right, I feel it. It switches up there. Mm-hmm. Where other artists don't have that ability, and it's just like, all right, bro, you just mandered through a 2-minute song. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you know, everybody's on follow the leader mode. So it's like, man, if I don't got to say the same word 18 times in the hook to make it catchy, then I won't do that. I'll just repeat the first 4 catchy bars that I could come up with, and that's my hook now.
Yeah, I mean,
but it won't even be like it'll literally be the same melody, the same pattern, the same cadence as the verse. Just I'm saying this shit over. Like I be having to look when I love Boston Richie. Sometimes I'll be having to figure out where's the hook again. Like he's saying,
he just be talking, bro.
They don't switch their voice, their vocal tone, no nothing. It's just like, oh, okay, you got to really figure out the hook from the beat, from the part of that goes around. Like, oh, okay, bet this is the hook because this beat part then doubled over.
Yeah, one thing about Richie, it sounds like he just be rapping over the instrumental. Like he could have got that off a J Arms CD or some shit. Like he just be rapping. Oh man, but we're at an hour. I would be remiss to get off the air today without saying R.I.P. to Coolio, man. This shit just happened right before we went on air.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, he just passed away. They just announced it at the time. I didn't want to like kind of harsh the mood at the beginning of the show, but they just found out he passed away at 59. They're saying cardiac arrest. Just a shock, man. I mean, first and foremost, like, go ahead, man.
I actually got a crazy story. Not even a crazy story, but like I told you guys earlier, my uncle was a producer. Mm-hmm. My uncle produced Gangsta's Paradise.
Wow. That's crazy. We were just talking about that because I was talking about how much that song, video, everything just scared me. Like, that shit it definitely scared me straight. I was
scared you? Literally?
Yeah, I mean, it was dark. It was like the whole interrogation room. Like, I was like, I'm good, bro.
You was watching that video. That video is 6 minutes long.
Yeah, see?
It was a little bit of an eerie flip of a Stevie Wonder record. So now that I think about it, it could be a little bit. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, man. That was some scary straight shit. I remember that movie, too. I'm blanking on the name.
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds. I remember seeing that in theaters at the Magic.
The shit won a... Bro, Gangsta's Paradise won a Grammy.
Oh, yeah. That's a great record.
I don't
scary,
That's really crazy.
But yeah,
bro, rest in Coolio, the OG.
Rest in peace to the legend. We're gonna play us out with Fantastic Voyage, Coolio. I think this might be the right version. We never know. If it ain't, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna say my bad, and I'm gonna play the right version. But thank you, thank you, Matt, for being on the show. This has been a long time coming, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Josh, for taking my threat seriously and letting me get on the pod. But man, it was definitely fun. This is one of the funner ones that I've done, so I appreciate it.
Man, thank you for real.
Absolutely, and just for anyone who subscribes to our Patreon, this will go up on Friday. We're gonna have a new episode for you guys next week. I don't know what we're talking about, Josh. We're gonna be talking about some shit. People love last episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a bunch of shit. We can talk about me. My social impact award. I just want to thank everybody in the community. Shout out to all my fellow activists out there.
I'm about to kill you for this.
Okay, if you don't want to talk about Josh P's Social Activism Award, you can just bring me back. I'm free.
Okay, thank you, because this nigga about to cap for 20 minutes. I want you to recite your speech so I can break it down and just tell all the ways you lied.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God, thank you guys for listening to BlkPrint Radio. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I think we got a guest for 2 weeks. I think we already locked somebody in. We'll announce that pretty soon on our Patreon. Thanks to all the listeners. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of BlkPrint. So until next time, here's Coolio with Fantastic Voyage. I'm hoping it's the right version. If it's not, I'm gonna just say fuck it and we can play the right version. I think it got 3 verses on it too. So we'll see you guys later. Peace. Yo, Amazon hooked us up with the motherfucking
that was the
WWE SmackDown version.
That was a Hidden Beach version.
Nah.
Remember
Hold
Hidden Beach
remixes? No, there's no way.
Y'all played the Kids Bop version?
Man.
Hold on, bro.
That's the Hidden Beach version.
I might have to call. We might have to call Amp on this one, bro.
Matt Bezos, what's good, man?
Bezos, what's going on? There's no Coolio on this. Nah,
once I recorded, I was like,
go on YouTube and watch the Fantastic Voyage video. I don't even think that song can be listened to without watching the video.
Exactly.
Man, for real.
They got the Keenan and Kel theme song on there?
Nah, man, you don't got that shit. Man, that sucks. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play another one of my favorite songs. This is Nas and AZ, The Flyest. My bad, y'all. This shit is crazy. We'll see you guys next week on the BlkPrint.